love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared. Just step up. To my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just step up. Don't be scared.
Finna jump for the shit, all top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rapture. So out of line with the phrase game. Let's take a break, been a long day. Hit your line, what you fall through with the nightsticks. Maybe help me spark the ideas. We got nowhere else to go, it's only up from there. I've been on my own, just running through the field. Say vivid for the ears, I know that's how they like. Yeah, I fantasize, tell me that it's real when it's all said and done. I said it how I feel it, I let them hear the fear of a passive aggressive angry black man with a passion. Steady grip while I shoot to the stars with a full clip. Trying line with a loose sleep, then I proofread till I lose sleep. Couldn't handle the truth, you bed with the right. Love at first sight shit, art over hype shit. Need a sound bite for the time capsule. Press play, they pause time for a bit. Smitten, I admit it, could they kick it? I'm in love with the fine print. Scribble type of shit they wouldn't find behind it. Why the suspicious behind the eyelid? Tell a reckless with the clauses. Careful with the cost me. Need this shit forever, but I never ever stop until they put me in the coffin or they off me. Fuck niggas quick to auction, they false print. Always treat this shit with a caution. Hold it 10 toes down for the dogs, you can see the paw print. Searching for the answers in the bottom of the last strip of the handle. The beginning of the candle. Doing shit to myself, give me fears when I'm looking in the mirror. I'm seeing somebody else, yeah. Mi corazón is on my sleeve shoulder. Everything in a rose gold and right glow from me. Couldn't pinpoint on the globe, so I wanted to go from it. Just know that I don't fit in, but I wanna feel everything, yeah, everything, yeah. Everything, yeah, everything, yeah. Everything, yeah, everything, yeah. Everything, yeah, everything, yeah. I got my eyes low with the sky foes where the rhyme flows, I don't really know just what we might go with the mind scope. So many things I never learned with my eyes closed. Too busy with the schemes, on the telling of my dreams. On the rail, bitch, I grind like my life's on the line, hella wire. So fall through with the light sticks. We open up when the light flicks. On sight, yellow casseroles, everything around me. Hunting for the bounty. Wait, that nigga.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'm sitting in the dark because it's about to go down tonight. We're going to need some light in a minute. I'm going to get the light on in a minute. But it's so good to see you guys in the building tonight. Yes, we got a conversation for the ages. We got a conversation for the ages, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. You know, I got to start where the sanctuary is. The sanctuary, Mr. Blackwell is in the building. He said, honestly, the black woman is, oh my God, ladies, I know y'all gonna get mad at this, but he put it, I didn't do this, he did it. But Mr. Blackwell says, honestly, he slept on the wrong side of the bed today. He said, honestly, the black woman is a death trap that keeps on giving and dishing out bowls of pure piss and vinegar. I would rather wipe my ass with a fresh picked cactus than to be in the presence of a black woman. My God, he on one. Jesus Christ. Well, I got some women on the panel tonight. They may want to respond to that, Mr. Blackwell. Jesus. All right. Hey, listen, we got none other than the kosher clinician in the building tonight. Hey, kosher said when he get out of work, he coming up in this thing. He already told me. When he get out of work, he coming up in this thing tonight. You know he gonna bring nothing but the funk. The whole funk, nothing but the funk. All right. Let's see. Now we got none other. If you got a death certificate, yeah, and you didn't pay no insurance, that's your own fault, because you could have called Chastity Wells is in the building tonight. She's here. Go ahead and call her. Y'all got to get her in. Listen, if you know Chastity, let me say this about Chastity, guys. Not only is she selling insurance and making sure you guys are taken care of when you're no longer here, but Chastity, everybody's seen Chastity, right? She's a beautiful woman, and we all know that she's probably selling $1 million worth of insurance a year. This woman is a millionaire, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, she gets to talking. Now, you know you need to bury yourself. She threw that hair back. You know you need to bury yourself. Come on now. This policy right here will work best for you and your loved ones, okay? All right. So anyway, we got Jenny. Jenny, you know I love you. I love you, Jenny. Jenny's in the house, best moderator this side of heaven. She's in the building. And listen, I can't do nothing. I don't even want to say it without saying it. Shoo Shoo is in the building tonight. Yes. Can't wait to get her up here. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We got Miss Princess A in the building. Come on. Mr. Blackwell feels how he feels. No need to be angry at his feelings. All right. So then we got the unsolicited security boss with a $10 super chat early. Listen, wait a minute. Hold on just a second. Security boss, I'm going to give you because I got these super chats videos, and I was gonna give you iHot Running, then I thought about Sister Shirley, then I thought about Deacon Johnson, but I think I'm gonna give you Sister Shirley before the show starts. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Security Boss, for that. I appreciate that $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Listen, we got somebody else in. I got to give him a proper introduction, so I'm not even going to say his name right now. I'm going to give him a proper introduction. But also, let's see who else we got. We ain't signing all the way from Shanghai, China. He's in the building tonight. All right. We got Supreme Client. What is that? I can't client to the okay. He in the building tonight. What's going on, Mike? Hey, what's going on, man? I'm glad you're here. All right. We got Bravo with Sheila. Ladies, let's chat in the building tonight. Guys, we're about to have a hell of a show tonight. And we got a hell of a panel in this place tonight. All right. We got a hell of a panel in this place tonight. So let me go ahead and get this thing started, because you know how we do it. All right. Y'all know how we get down. So let me go ahead and get this thing started. All right, because you know the people in the back, they here. We got people in the back that can bury you. We got people in the back that can make you laugh. We got people in the back that can entertain you. We got people in the, man, come on, Mr. Blackwell. Hey, Mr. Blackwell, listen, I see you just popped up in the building, my guy. Listen, what's going on, my brother? Mr. Blackwell, man, you got a lot on your mind. Mr. Blackwell, do you want to come on the panel tonight, Mr. Blackwell? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to come on. Kosher clinician. Hey, listen, Kosher, I'm going to have Mandrell email you the link to this show. Mandrell's already on top of it right now. My big brother's on top of it, Kosher. And I can't wait for you to come on, my guy. I cannot wait. So check your email. Mandrell's doing that right now. I appreciate you, Mandrell. All right. So listen, let me go get this music started so we can get everybody in here. We can bring everybody to the light because I'm sitting in the dark tonight. Let me see what I got. What I got for y'all today. All right. I don't like to prepare this. I don't like to be prepared for this music. I just like to pick something, hit the button, and hear whatever come on. That's what we do. Let's see. Let's see what we got tonight for y'all. All right. Oh, shit. Hey, we're going to work with this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the back coming up right now. Yeah. Oh, that's that white boy got me crunk tonight. He got me lit. So listen, let me play a little bit of it. Hey. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too wanted. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, the first person I'm going to go ahead and bring up, I'm going to bring them up while they dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to first start with the ladies. Let's give it up for none other. What can you do without Shoo Shoo in the building tonight? Shoo Shoo.
What's going on?
Let me see you. Yeah. What's going on? All right. The next person we got coming up. I told y'all she sells insurance and she's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for yours truly. Chastity Wells is in the building tonight. Yeah. Following up behind Chastity, let's give it up for my guy. Yeah, y'all call him Mike, but we call him the Jedi. Jedi Mike is in the building tonight. Now listen here. I can't do it without Hink 75. Hink 75, get up in here, boy.
What's going on, big brother? What's happening, everybody?
What's going on, my guy?
Hey.
All right. Listen here. I got my big brother in the building tonight, all the way from Belma. Give it up for Shoo Shoo's big brother and mine as well, my boy, Mandrell. Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. That's who we got tonight. All the way from Shanghai, China. Give it up for my boy. We ain't signing.
Salute.
All right. Last but not least, give it up for my boy, the man with a shaved head. He ain't too proud to beg, with the best background on YouTube. Give it up for my guy, Bernard S. is in the building tonight.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, I want to hear y'all jam with this white boy for about 10 seconds. Here we go. Let's go. Go. Let me see you. Hey.
Mandrell just ain't gonna dance. Mandrell just gonna look like you crazy. Mandrell like, really? I didn't come here to dance.
All right, man.
Go ahead and say it for me, Mandrell.
Gramps, what's wrong with you today? Why are you so bitter?
I didn't come here to dance.
Man,
see, I told you.
To that music.
Listen, man.
To that music.
I know your brother, Shoo Shoo. I knew he was gonna say that. I ain't come here to dance.
Man, Mandrell, it's so good to have you here tonight, brother. Grandpa is in the building tonight. Matter of fact, before we get the show started, ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, Mandrell. Ladies and gentlemen, Mandrell will be signing autographs after the show. If you want Mandrell to give you an autograph, he will be signing autographs after the show. We got red lipstick.
No. Black man, that's a hate crime, by the way. What you just did is a hate crime. I'm going to call the folks on you. What's up?
Why you look taller in the video?
See?
Yo!
All the hate isn't necessary. Don't be jealous of me, okay?
Yeah. Right. Hey, listen, man. Now we got Kosher coming up. We got Mr. Paul Bennett in the chat tonight. Mr. Paul Bennett, my guy. Hey, listen, on Friday nights, guys, please come by. Mr. Paul Bennett be dropping them dimes. Paul Bennett's in the building tonight. All right, let's see who else we got in here that snuck up on us. Red Lipstick Vibes is in the building tonight. Kosher Clinician said he will be here in a few minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, amen to that. Amen. All right, so I got 2 spots left for tonight. One will be for the beautiful and lovely Genesis. She'll be here in a second, and the second will be for Kosher Clinician. But before they get here, we're going to go ahead and start with how everybody been doing. Shoo, what's going on in New York, baby? Talk to us.
New York is New York. New Yorkers is New Yorking. I guess that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey.
But it's good though. It's good.
Okay. Chastity, the millionaire. Hey, the millionaire insurance lady. Tell us what's going on in your world today, sweetheart.
It's absolutely amazing down here in Atlanta, Georgia. It was a little rainy today, but we blessed to be alive. I'm excited about being here and seeing all of you great people on here and our fearless leaders. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. All right, Jedi Mike, what's going on over there? Where you at, buddy?
Doing good. Just a relaxing day. Just came from the gym, so doing good.
Absolutely, brother. All right. Bernard, and listen, ladies and gentlemen, Bernard is in the building tonight. Matter of fact, can I get Bernard about this? It's a celebrity, guys. If you don't know Bernard is a celebrity. Let's give Bernard a hand clap of praise tonight. Yes, after last week, Bernard gave us a sermon last week. I'm gonna have to clip that thing.
The celebrities are right here.
Yeah. Last week,
Michael.
Last week he dropped so many dimes. We had enough money to buy property. So thank you so much, Bernard S, for dropping them dimes last week, my guy. Oh my God! And then we ain't signing. What's going on in Shanghai, China, brother?
Man, doing well. Everything's going good. Lockdown is over. We're getting back to business, So just finished our morning meeting, and yeah, things are moving in the right direction.
Hey,
wife came back a couple of days ago. 8 days ago?
Your wife been back for 8 days?
Well, July 1st, right? She was able to leave, so yeah, she's gone now, but yeah, she's back, and we're back together. Everything is good. Yeah, things are looking up.
She definitely gonna get pregnant.
I'm surprised he is on tonight. Okay.
Yeah, man. He should.
No, it's morning. It's morning here. Right, we're at work.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
Yeah. It's like 9:48 in the morning. We just finished our 8:30 meeting, so hop on here for.
Wow.
Okay.
It's 9:48 p.m. here in New York. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're 12 hours. I'm from Philadelphia, so we're 12 hours different. So I would I call my mom.
Yeah.
I'll call my family around like 8 in the evening, which is like 8 in the
Mandrell,
morning.
did you send Kosher the email?
No.
Okay, hold on. God damn, Mandrell.
You like hell no.
You know what?
Wait. I think it's funny
that's not my job.
I think it's funny that he's actually looking for it, as if I didn't do it.
You don't own me.
Oh, you did? Well, check your email, Kosher, because he just asked for the link. My bad.
I sent them. I emailed it to him.
Yeah, it's in your email, Kosher.
Mandrell, how about you log off, go get drunk, and come back, because bro, you look bitter.
Damn.
We haven't got to the topic. God damn.
Hey, Mandrell.
Damn, you give him a minute.
Hey, what's up?
Mandrell, you might need to get you a Snickers, big brother.
Man, go grab a Snicker.
Mandrell, I got you, bro. We here, bro. I got
Mandrell's like, fuck all y'all.
Nah, he good. He good. Look,
He good. That part right there. We ain't saying got it right.
He good.
I was right. I know Gramps.
Except Shoo. I mean, I can't say that to her. I mean,
all right,
blood.
listen, guys. Before we move forward, guys, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on my platform, I want to bless the presence of someone that is on YouTube that's out here killing the game. One of the cleanest men you're gonna ever see. And today he got his hat on right now, got his shirt on right now. He's killing the game, and I'm definitely finna bring him up. Let's give it up for the one, the only Kosher clinician is in the building tonight.
What's up, brother? What's going on? How you doing, sir?
It's good to see you, Doc. How are you, man?
No doubt, man. Gonna drop some fire for your mind on the night, man.
And I'm telling you, brother, I got the coals down. I'm just waiting on you to throw the match. Let's get it in.
No doubt, we're gonna get it in, dog.
Shout out to UNC.
Oh no, Tar Heel Nation, man. Tar Heel Nation, stand up.
Yeah. So hey, listen. So it's good to I'm gonna get everybody else in here. Let's see here. We got Bernard. Kink, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, fella. Man, I'm doing good, real good. On my way back from my son's basketball camp, so that's why I'm not cammed up right now. But I'll be cammed up here shortly because I'll be stepping through the house.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for being here, man, and thank you for being the dad to your son, bro. We need
Yes,
more
sir.
dads. Need more dads like you, brother. They say you don't exist, but it's proven you're here tonight, my brother. All right. So,
Well, that's
ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being here. If you have not hit that like button, please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button right now. We're about to get the fire started. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the subject of the matter that we're going to bring to the courtroom tonight is why are Black men leaving the sisterhood? Now, the first question I want to ask is that do you feel, I want to be careful with this first question here. When it comes to relationships, I want to start with us first. When it comes to relationship, why can't Black men and women stay together? And I was looking at a statistic today. And in that statistic, I know a lot of people don't like numbers, but in that statistic, it says that 13 to 20% of interracial marriages where there's a Black man and a white woman or an Asian woman, it's 13 to 20%, whichever culture you're looking at, in divorce. And then they showed Black men with Black women, and it's at 64%. And I'm trying to figure out why Black men and Black women can't stay together. And so I want to start with my guest that just came in, the kosher clinician. Why is it that Black men and Black women cannot stay together? What is keeping us apart?
Well, that's an excellent question. It's a myriad of reasons. I think the major issue is that we live in communities that are devoid of masculinity. We live in communities that are devoid of structure and order. But we live in communities, Black Men Unfiltered, where we more or less minimize the importance of men. In the clinical world, we call that thinking errors. And that thinking error many times leads to, in the clinical world, a condition called cognitive dissonance. And so there are cultures where they aggrandize the importance of masculinity. But sadly, here in America, we don't build our men up. You know, on Father's Day, there are some that would try to sabotage on Father's Day. And so when we live in a world where we see our men as commodities instead of seeing our men as conduits that can help us get the outcomes that are necessary to become a sustainable organism, then this is what you have now. And we're beginning to see it all too often because art imitates life. And art imitates life many times, Black Man Unfiltered, with some of the comments that's being made, not by all of our sisters, but a percentage of our sisters that many times denigrate anything that's masculine and aggrandize behaviors that many times would not be tolerated in other countries. I'm going to be in a movie soon with my man, Brother Al Grease. The movie Frustrated 3 is coming out. We'll be on Vimeo soon. Vimeo, El Guapo is going to be in the movie as well. Dr. Ron Neal and a few other YouTubers that are professional men. But it's going to be talking about why men are frustrated. They're frustrated because there's a condition that I think a lot of men are dealing with, something called affection deprivation. They're not getting the affection from a lot of women. And so many men have always, more or less, have been conditioned not to see themselves as worthy, that in essence, they seek to get the love and support from women, but which in essence, it repels many women because women only respect power and strength. So it's a myriad of reasons, but I think the most part, Black Men Unfiltered, is that we live in a culture where it's devoid of seeing, or more or less giving Black men the honor and respect that they deserve. I think that's it in a nutshell.
Let's get Shushu in here. Shushu, what are your thoughts? Why can't Black men and Black women stay together?
It's nothing that I haven't said before. A lot of it is, I think when the introduction of welfare came into our society, it completely destroyed us, ripped us apart, and we just kind of never
she didn't
from that. Also, because like in the 60s and like during the civil rights movement, like we were together, we were married more, we were more of a nuclear family, and those examples and those standards were passed down from generation to generation. But when that separation happened, especially like with the crack epidemic, all of that, it really did tear us apart. And we just never could really recover from it, because that started a whole nother mindset that was placed in the next generations to come. And, you know, when you have women out here who were, you know, surviving on their own because their men are, you know, incarcerated or on the streets, I mean, you do develop a bitterness, and that bitterness is passed on to her children. And then on top of that, you know, when you that's why where the strong, a strong, independent Black woman comes from. Like, you know, it's only because it's not because she wanted to. I mean, you know, the circumstances that a lot of the women were in back then forced them to be that way. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just we never recovered from that. That's
Absolutely. All right. And so let's go ahead and get my girl in here. What do you think? You know, Chastity, what do you think? Why is the divorce rate so high between Black men and Black women, but so low with Black men and white women or Asian women or Hispanic women? Talk to me.
You know, from my own personal experience, I'm gonna just speak from that, and I'm sure people will have a lot of different things to, you know, have back and forth, and I'm cool, you know, with that. But I'm gonna say honestly, guys, it goes back to one of the interviews that I've seen with Jay-Z and David Letterman. I believe I talked about on one of these platforms last week. That we as a culture just haven't been taught the emotional intelligence when we're dealing with conflict with one another to be able to say, okay, this is how I feel. I apologize, you know, and really hash through it, talk it through. One of the key points that I've brought up, even for myself, that I've learned is that even when I'm upset, not to raise my voice above my man's voice, right? But that wasn't something that I was shown in because my parents were divorced, right? And that wasn't something my grandparents actually taught me. I just didn't see that. But it was actually after I was learning about relationships and just different things like that, it was just a takeaway for me. So even going back to David Letterman as well as Jay-Z's conversation, it's just the emotional intelligence. We are taught the mental stability to survive, to see danger within the streets, all these other things, and how to survive, right? However, when it comes to us and when we have conflict, instead of you know, us putting our man out, he leaving, or whatever the case may be, we learn to effectively communicate. And I think that's been like the biggest divide with us all. So when you start bringing in other cultures, then you're able to see the conflict resolution. The first thing that an Asian person is not taught to do is divorce, right? The first thing that, you know, a white person is not taught to do is walk away from their family. So we learn those things, and that's why the rate goes from 64% down to something like 13%. Conflict resolution that we still must continue to teach, as well as emotional intelligence.
All right, I appreciate that. All right, Jedi Mike, what you got for us, player?
Yeah, I keep going to echo the points about culture. Unfortunately, we have normalized in our culture that we that as Black men and Black women we don't listen to each other, but also to a point where we also villainize each other too, right? There's people out there saying that Black women is their enemy, and there's some people or women out there saying Black men are their enemy, right? And at the point, there's system corporations out there that is doing everything in their power to divide us between men and women in a way that we cannot be unified in a family because they know how dangerous we are in terms of what we're capable of, right? But with that, to the point in the system that you guys have mentioned earlier before, we've basically been benefiting off of that system for like what almost since like the 70s and everything, and now here we are as a culture complaining and keep complaining about how the fact that how we got here to accept the fact that we are here. We can't keep going back and saying, oh well, Black men did this, wasn't there, white Black woman didn't do this, XYZ. We refuse to accept where we are, and also that both of us have a part to play in that. So but again, I think again going to that point is that we weaponize each other, but more importantly we villainize each other.
Absolutely. All right, appreciate you, man. And so I want to bring my guy in here, Bernard. Bernard, why can't we stay together? What's going on with us, man?
Hold on, Black man, before we bring in Mr. Bernard, I just want to give a shout out to Jedi Mike, just for him being a young man of his age. Y'all older brothers that's in the chat that's making no sense at all, take notes. Tonight will be good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bernard.
I'm gonna start off saying that you can't fight about everything, and everybody can't be right about everything, right? So we have an ego issue. We had the I don't try to do echo chambers, but yes, we did have the crack epidemic, and um, like I'm not supposed to be here. I'm Generation X. I was supposed to be dead by 25 because I was in that game. But when you beat the odds, um, something changes in you, church or not. So with me, I started dealing with myself. Now, at the longest time, I've noticed with me being where I came from, and then the younger ladies back then, everybody seemed to have a chip on their shoulder, but nobody knew why. So what I'm trying to say in a nice way, we have a lot of echo chambers in our small YouTube space. It's time for us to start putting in the work. We already know that we have a problem. We already see the problem with even the thumbnail you have. Quite obvious. What we need to start doing is start going into motion, into the first law. Because once something is in motion, the only time the motion stops is when the force is interrupted. So what we need to start doing is getting to some solutions. And I teach my son, I teach my daughter, I teach my son his responsibility. He's giving me 2 grandsons. I'm like, okay, ring, marry the girl. My daughter, I'd be like, know your place. If you don't understand why he's doing what he's doing, you call me. Now, everybody didn't have that, but I'm glad I'm able to get my hands on that. And some other young ladies that I call my daughters that I'm like their mentor, because their dads weren't there. So I take advantage of that, and I'm serious about that because when you're under my mentorship, I don't give you no excuses because now you know. So that's how I'm starting to get the ball to roll. Not just accepting my kids, but also accepting other people's kids who don't have fathers or mothers in place. So that's how I'm beginning to get it going. But the reason why I think they're leaving, well, it's quite obvious. Like I said, everybody's already said it. So I didn't want to repeat that. I just wanted to start coming up with some solutions and let everybody else say what they had to say before I start going in.
Absolutely. So Hink75, tell us about it, Doc. Why can't black women and black men stay together? And before you go, I'm gonna give you something that Bernard told me to have for you this week anyway. So you ready for it? All right, let's go.
That's not. Well, I don't know, man. I just feel like.
Oh no, I pulled up the wrong person. My bad. Go ahead.
Damn, man, don't do that.
They're gonna be like, damn, Jesus got a deep voice. All right, go ahead.
No, man, it's just a lack of respect, for and appreciation for men. And when ladies have their independence and they don't feel like they need a man no more, a man doesn't want to be around.
Right.
And so he's willing to, and more than likely he's not the first to leave, but emotionally he's the first to leave, even though he's physically still in the marriage. But he's emotionally gone. And then the woman start noticing it and start feeling it. Then she's like, it's over. And they're ready to cut it loose. And that's due to really, I guess, a lot of lack of communication, lack of respect for each other, and respect for each other's role. So to me, that's what it is.
All right. Thank you, brother. All right, Mandrell. What do you got for us, brother? Why can't we stay together?
We don't want to. Simple as. Black women have their independence now. They can get degrees, get good jobs, and they're not taught to be wives. We're not even taught to cooperate with one another. That's not one of the life lessons we learn as children. Well, my sister and I did, but by and large, people, while we're not together today and can't stay together, that's why. If you're a female and you grow up hearing men ain't shit, don't trust a man, get your own, be independent, get your own job so you don't have to depend on a man. That's all you hear all your life. That's it. That's what you're gonna believe. And so then, you got people who so that's how you get women like today who tell men to their face, you're a want, not a need. And once you tell a man that, he's checked out. You've ended the relationship right there, ladies. Even if it lasts like 3-4 more years. Once you tell a guy that, it's over. Not gonna work. So the bottom line is, man, I mean, can we do it? Yeah, but one of the people in the comments made a statement. I think it was Dorian. People just as soon as things get rocky, she said, pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing what she said. As soon as things get rocky or difficult, people just want to leave. And that's the nature of humanity, really. I mean, we tend to take the path of least resistance. So the path of least resistance, I mean, is that, okay, this is uncomfortable. I got to get out of this. And so they leave. And then women being independent, they think that they can just go out and find another good guy, especially if they had one and they just had a disagreement. They think they can just go to some tree and pluck up another good guy. Doesn't work that way. And a lot of them are gonna learn a very hard lesson.
Thank you so much, man. It's me, C. If you want to come up, it's me, C, man. I would love to have you tonight. All right, man. We ain't signing Shanghai, China. What you got for us tonight, man? Why can't we stay together, brother?
Well, niggas ain't shit. No, I'm kidding. So here's the situation. We have to understand that environment dictates relationships, right? What kind of environment you're in dictates how successful a relationship is. And then on top of that, we have to understand pro-black sexual politics are over, right? And one of the biggest mistakes we make as Black people is that we're constantly trying to use skin color as a glue or adhesive to bring things together, when it just doesn't work like that. When we look at marriage throughout history, marriage was a tool for survival. Marriage is no longer for that, or even relationships today. The environment no longer supports that. You don't need that for survival. And one of the biggest mistakes we make is we constantly try to use this kind of pro-Black sexual politics for why we need to stay together, when quite frankly, it's just not needed. Marriage today is just simply not needed, right? We can survive without it because the environment supports single parenthood. The environment supports just being single. Right? So these are the reasons, it was never based on the strength of commonality, right? There's the Black experience is no longer there. Jim Crow is gone. Reconstruction is gone. Slavery is gone. Those things that held us together as the Black experience and how we relate to each other, and unfortunately through those traumas, these things no longer exist. That's why you see Gen X and Gen Z I'm trying hard to understand why you guys talking about this, right? This topic today is more of an older millennial, Gen X, and a baby boomer kind of situation, because we still grew up in that post Jim Crow era where there still was clear and blatant racism and oppression, right? So that we still have that kind of Black experience. But today, these things don't exist. And this is why these relationships don't, it just,
All right. You went out on me, brother. All right. So listen, I'm going to bring in somebody just came in the door. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Genesis. Genesis, what you got for us tonight? Thank you for being here. I know you're calling from the car, so come on.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Suge. So why can't Black men and Black women stay together? Why is the divorce rate so high for Black couples, but so low for interracial couples, Black men and another nationality of woman?
Mm-hmm. I don't have the answer for that. What I can say, having been the person who's added to those numbers, I've been married and divorced before. Outside of parenting, marriage is one of the hardest things that we take on. And when you have two different personalities coming together, if you are not in, I don't want to say equally yoked because I don't want to make this about religion, but if you are not compatible, it makes it difficult, to stay for the long haul with the understanding that love is an action and not a feeling. It's hard to separate the two. When you get in the day-to-day activities and there's conflict, it's kind of like a snowball effect if the two aren't compatible and people are choosing to go their separate ways. And I sort of agree with Mandrell. Write that one down. That's the first. I sort of agree with him when you have Black women who are, able to go it alone. It makes it hard to stay and tolerate, something that you feel you quote unquote need it. Not the correct.
Yeah, you breaking up real bad. You breaking up real bad. Yeah, you breaking up real bad. If you're on your way, if you're on your way home, you're on your way to the house, please click because you're breaking up real bad. I think you're in a bad area.
Black man, am I good now?
Yeah, you are.
All right.
Yeah, Genesis, you are breaking up real bad, but don't worry.
Hold
on, but don't worry. We got the part where you agree with me on tape. It's recorded. Don't worry about it. We got it.
So, yeah, I just wanted to finish my statement at the end. Just let me land the plane if I could.
Okay, good.
So, so basically, what I was saying is just that, and then we have the social contract, right? So the social contract between men and women are broken, and then also marriage is a skill that most of us lack, right? So there's a skill deprivation there, right? You have to be taught this. This is not something that you're born with. You have to be taught like how to be married, and I'll land with that.
All right, now I appreciate it. Now, before we move forward, because I want to get the kosher's response to this, I want to get Mandrell, everybody on the panel's response to this. I happen to see a few interviews, one that's kind of old and one that's fairly new, and I wanted to share those with you guys on tonight. And then I wanted to to discuss those once we're done. So I'll play this one first, and y'all ain't gonna believe who's in this one. But I'm gonna play this one first, and then after this, could this be, when I play this video, the question afterwards, could this be the reason why Black men don't want to marry Black women? Let me play the video. All right, Kosher, what is your response to what the young lady just said? You're muted.
So what I've heard is that many modern women don't understand the psychodynamics associated with men. That woman came into the relationship from a position of power instead of coming to the relationship from a position of femininity and service to her man, community, and her future legacy, which is her children. Once again, Black Man Unfiltered, the biggest pathology with many modern women, and without saying all, is that they see their men as a luxury or an accessory instead of seeing him as a viable means to building and coming up with solutions. And you heard her talk about her degrees and being a CEO and all of that, but there was a woman in Nigeria, Black Man Unfiltered, and she was a billionaire, but she said that her success does not supersede her servitude or her service to her husband and the family and the community. It's the value systems are misconstrued. And, women like that will say, oh, I can't find a man. But you see, a lot of modern women are extremely hypergamous. They're carnal hypergamous. I'm going to come up with a show soon called Carnal Hypergamy versus Kosher Hypergamy. Carnal hypergamy is very exploitative. Kosher hypergamy is fair and proper, meaning when they come into the relationship, seeing the man as a viable commodity, but the women are so self-aware, they realize that their husband is a human being. They don't come in seeing that man as a tool so that they can benefit from, or an accessory that can more or less give them more status, but they see that man as somebody that's a human, somebody that has worth. But when I was in Brazil, they see the men as having worth, and the laws in those countries hold the women accountable. But here, there's not enough accountability. The men are accountable, but many modern women are not accountable. So once again, she went into the relationship from a position of power, which is money and status. But men don't care about your money, nor your status, nor your degrees. It means nothing if you're not going to come into that relationship to help assuage that man. But that was traditions of old. Like, I'm Gen X. I'm right between the baby boomers and, like you said, coming out of Jim Crow racism, Dr. King. and we understood that marriage is duty. But many want to come into the relationship expecting the man to be a subject to them, instead of seeing that man as somebody that they honor, respect, and look up to. With so many kids now being born in single parent homes, once again, the homes are devoid of masculine order, structure. So they've never seen masculinity. They've never seen men in a positive light. So they have been desocialized to see men as anything but just a tool. And that's why, you have the issue that you're having now. Negative socialization, Black Man Unfiltered, at its highest. I see it all the time in the clinical world. Negative socialization. I'm 6'6". A lot of times when I speak, they say, well, lower your voice, or, they're not used to seeing a strong masculine man, so they either shrink or say, your voice is intimidating or whatever. But in other cultures, they're used to masculine men. They don't have to make themselves small to make people feel comfortable. They just be who they are. And that's the issue. It's negative socialization, man.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Woo! Hank, you got a chance to watch the video, right? So what are your thoughts on the video, my brother?
I agree with the brother said. He said it's the mouth. God damn. He said everything that we've been saying. Man, sometimes just kill it. Just don't talk. Just please be quiet. Give us some peace. I mean, sometimes that's all we need, but we can't get that. We got to fight and claw and get into a drag out before we can get that peace. But by then, we already riled up, got our blood pressure all high, and damn near ready to stress out with an aneurysm. So,
man, we ain't signing. What you got?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, right? She's saying what they always say, right? Black men are just not marriage material, and that's why I don't understand the line of thinking when Black women say that Black men don't want them, because every time I look on TV or social media, whatever, it's always Black women saying they don't need us, right? I don't need a man. Niggas ain't shit. Mm-hmm. Black men are not marriageable, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I have yet to see more than, outside of the SYSB crew and the MGTOW crew, where Black men, the average Black man saying, okay, I don't need a Black woman. Or, I have yet to see that. So pretty much what you saw in that video is why you see, brothers like myself that are SYSBM, because, the world is smaller and there's just better deals on the table. I've been abroad 16 years, so it's just better deals on the table elsewhere.
Yep. And my brother, before we move on, my brother Sir Hell Speaks is in the building tonight. Sir Hell Speaks Network. Let's go ahead and give it up for him. All right. Sir Hell Speaks says Black men mismanage their sexual discipline and allow bad behavior, thinking they can fix a woman who may not see that she's broken. All right. He preaching tonight too, dropping bombs as usual. All right. So, Shushu, you saw the video. What do you think about the lady and what she said? Do you agree with her? Do you think that men are intimidated by a woman that has so many degrees and things of that nature? You're muted, baby. You're muted.
Okay. Well, while I'm not dismissing anybody who says that, men don't care about your money and stuff like that. You do have some men who feel a certain type of way if their woman makes more money. Even if she is submissive, even if she is like, all right, baby, like you got it. Some men do feel that way because they feel like part of their responsibility as the man, as the provider, is I'm supposed to make more money. I'm supposed to be more than that. So yeah, that is a issue for some men. As far as like, I don't know. It's like when you climb the corporate ladder, in certain situations, the higher and higher you get, the less and less of us I don't know, you see. So like when women, I mean, they when it comes to Black men, I don't know. I don't know. The options are smaller. I don't know.
Bernard, what do you have?
Well, I can answer it like this.
I mean, that sister had her chest out, brother. She said they intimidated by her. She
well, said, I mean, well, when I met my wife, I was truck driving. That was my only transportation because I didn't need a car, right? She had a house built from the ground up. I really didn't care because I was being me, right?
Right.
So I'm that type of guy. None of that impressed me ever because I know who I am, and I knew who I was, and I knew where I was going to be. So me being on this panel probably can't speak for anybody else here or in the chat. I came in like that. Now, 2 pickup trucks later, and about to buy my wife a house. That's where we at, right?
Right.
So I wasn't intimidated. So I didn't let the intimidation get into me like that because I've always had the hustle in me. Except I just turned my hustle into always having a job, right? So, people, that's why when some guys feel that way, I get on them about that. I'm like, yo, pull up. And because I was there, but there was no shame in my game because when she met me, hey, it was what it was. And I made it clear. And I was hitting the road hard. So, and steady stacking. So it's like you have to first get over yourself as a man. I'm not even going to deal with the women right now. I'm dealing with the men. You got to get over yourself. Don't say you want a woman and then she's there to help you get where you can possibly be and want to be. You got to get over that. Now, I don't see my man, Hank being like that either. I just know him enough already, like him or Mandrell, like that wouldn't, it don't shake us, We know who we are, I've been up here with you long enough, Hank, I think I can speak for you and even kosher condition. Us men up here, we know who we are. We know what we worth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stick on the men right now because if you feeling like that, you talking like that as a man, you need to check yourself. You need to check that at the door. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't have to give you no time because if she ain't giving you no time, you be complaining about that. So what I'm saying is when it comes back to the woman saying like that, coming like that, don't bring male energy to a male and not expect to get male energy back. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Right.
Absolutely. And listen, before we move forward, guys, I got 50. Well, I got 46 people watching. I got 32 likes. Let's get those likes up, man. Let's show that appreciation, guys. And again, thank you for being here. If you're just coming in, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want to donate to the channel, please go ahead and do that. You can do that by Cash App, which will be running at the bottom of the screen in about 4 seconds. And then you can also do a super chat as well. Thank you for everything that you're doing for the channel. We will continue to grow and bring you great content. Now, I do want to say again, I want to move on to my girl Chastity. Chastity, after watching the video and seeing this lady, because you could tell that she's very prideful, that she's very proud,
right.
And she's saying that, hey, listen, I got these degrees, I got all these degrees. He's intimidated by me. And what do you think about what you saw?
I don't remember her saying it in the tone of that. But I definitely understand how men are perceiving it. I don't really have anything further to add to it because it just seems like the mindset and where everyone's at mentally is how you're going to receive it. So if you're in a negative space about women of color, then that's how it's going to be received. So whether I add to it or whether I don't, it doesn't really matter. It's like people are just going to be super negative no matter what. One thing that I can say I've taken away from I'm Not Signing tonight is that maybe this really is like more of a Gen X thing, and we're the last ones to really worry about relationships in this capacity. I'm not sure. I'm going to just kind of listen and learn this evening.
Right. All right. And then, so Mandrell, you there? Oh, whoa. You all right, my brother? Yeah. So Mandrell, what are your thoughts on the video on the young lady?
I didn't see it. What did they say?
Well, the young lady said that because and if I'm mistaken her tone, then I apologize for that. But I'll play it one more time for the people that just got in anyway, so Mandrell can have a response to it. Here. All right, Mandrell, your thoughts
on what part?
On her her commentary about that. Basically, she just said that women are very successful right now. And some men are intimidated by the success of women. They're CEOs. They have great jobs. They make great money.
Care. I don't care what your job is. I don't care how much fucking money you got. Listen, they need to work on themselves, get some therapy or whatever, because just because you got money, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, how about you spend some of that money to go get some medicine, pay some doctors and some researchers to find a cure for being a cunt. Because women in that position, that's what they tend to be. She was sitting right there at the table being one. And look at Vivica. She's one too.
God damn.
Let's be honest.
My dog needs a virtual hug tonight, baby. Come on,
Boy, listen. We all saw the same thing. You guys are just soft shooting around it. But in your mind, that's exactly what was in every man's mind on this panel and watch and in the chat, and people watching this broadcast later. They see that video. That's exactly what's in every man's mind. You couldn't force a man on her. A man worth anything.
Or Vivica.
Right. Some lowlife, a guy who doesn't really have much and looking to take advantage of a woman, maybe thinking maybe he can get something out of it. Yeah, those guys maybe, but a man worth more than 2 cents? No. We wouldn't. I'm not. Listen, we don't have the time.
One night, Mandrell.
Listen. We don't have the time, the patience, nor the interest in women who have an attitude like that. Like the one guy in the middle, he's like, it's the mouth, and he's right. I'm not saying all women are like that. All women in who do well for themselves and are successful are like that. Definitely not. Of course not. When you come, but men avoid that, and he even said white men see them as at the bottom. All this stuff is doing the black women. They have no one but their faults to blame. They have no one else, not the black man, not these niggas ain't shit and all this stuff that they like to tout. They have no one else literally to blame but themselves for their own poor image. They're the ones who are doing it.
Unfiltered. Black man, I apologize for interrupting the show, but I do have one simple request.
Yeah.
For the sake of peace, equality, and equity, Mandrell, there's ladies on the panels, and the C word is quite harsh. So we don't have after shows about niggas don't keep men accountable.
Okay, gotcha. But we ain't saying
the problem for saying the C word.
The problem with what you're saying is, listen, good medicine is better.
Let me finish. Could we please apologize for you? I mean, there's
no, because my apology would not be genuine.
But
and I
there's
don't
ladies
lie.
on the panel. Well, I mean, there's a thing for being uncouth, right, and being respectful. So, for the sake of having peaceful dialogue and discourse.
Okay, well, ladies, I didn't mean any harm.
Mandrell, we just had a show about communication, effective communication. Did we not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did, and I communicated effectively.
No.
Well, I tried.
Yeah. So, guys, listen.
Thank you, Wayne Simon.
Yeah, Sir Hell Speaks is in the building. Sir Hell Speaks says black men want to be with black women, but not if it means we have to put up with loudness, rudeness, and disrespect.
That part.
Right. Now, I want to get.
The clip said it best though, black man. He said it's the mouth.
It's the mouth.
It's the mouth.
When women get in those positions, a lot of it, yeah, that's the stereotype. That's the stereotype of women. Hold on a second, Mary. That's the stereotype when it comes to women in positions of power. Right. The stereotype is, they're loud, don't take no junk, this, that, and the other, and then a man approaches them, he's not good enough for her. We just saw. Oh, look, there's a video going viral right now where this chick was on this little dating show or whatever, speed dating show or whatever. A kid pulls up there. He's a nuclear physicist in the Navy. Right. No, not good enough. Young, handsome, nuclear physicist. You have any idea the coin this kid is gonna make when he gets out of the military?
Right.
You have any clue where this kid is going? The trajectory that he is on. The trajectory he is on.
Well, you know what that proves? It proves money don't matter. How about that?
So what now?
It proves money don't matter. How about that?
No, when you hear her reason for doing it, it was retarded.
She said, yeah, I heard that. She said he wasn't.
I'm looking for someone with personality, and it's just like personality.
Go
ahead, Coach.
Once again, Black Man Unfiltered and Mandrell and the brothers and the sisters on the panel, much respect. But it's the value system. We live in a culture that values swag and goofy stuff over substance. So, the white women and the Asians going to scoop that brother up because they value and they see the intrinsic worth of that man. But see, women like the women that were complaining on the panel, they have their fun in their younger years, and as they start getting older, they want top tier men. But as a woman gets older, her relationship symmetry is not the same as when she was younger. Your beauty begins to fade, and those men that have money that you rejected in your younger years, now they begin to start making money and power. Men start getting more attractive in their latter years. But some of those women, not all, shout out to the good sisters, think they can brokerage or more or less get the men that they want at an older age. And men that got money, I'm gonna be honest with you, men that got money and status, they're gonna start looking at younger women. Now, I'm not saying they don't date women their age, but if they have options and money, the genetic hard drive of most men is to go with a younger woman. So a lot of times when they had the opportunity to cash in their younger years, they were looking down on those men. But now since they are older, they say, we can't find suitable mates or whatever, or black men are not suitable partners. That's a myth. When I was in Brazil, once again, the black brothers, they want black women, but they're checking for Afro-Brazilian women. Some of the guys I was with, they just got back from South Africa. So they love black women.
East Africa.
Right. They love black women or women of color. It's how American women or this Western women in general have been socialized. And, it makes our men feel like we're inadequate or it's never enough. So guys are saying, look, the hell with it. I'm going to go where I'm celebrating instead of where I'm tolerating. I'm not going to keep putting in work for subpar behavior and subpar women. Is it true that some men might feel slightly intimidated by a woman she make more? It's possible. But if that woman is using her femininity in conjunction with her status, the odds are a lot higher that she can get a suitable man. But see, watch this. They talk about the intimidation factor with the man. But a lot of times, those women are insecure dealing with men that make less than them. So you can talk about intimidation on one there, but how about the insecurity of those women because they have an internal hard drive to say, I want the best of the best. Women, by nature, are insolent. They want to have the best of the best in men. But what they don't understand is that you don't have the power to broker as you get older. So your best time to cash in is when you're younger, when your body is tighter, when you're prettier. You get a better chance to get that man. But see, how many women also, Mandrell and all the brothers and sisters on the planet, Black Man Unfiltered, want men when the man is at the finish line, but they weren't there when he was putting in work. That nuclear physicist at some point is going to get him either an Asian woman, an Afro-Latin woman, or even a white woman, because it's the value system. Our values are so screwed up. And I'm not going to say all black people, because all black people are not monolithic, but it's the value system, and we don't value the things that our ancestors value. Look at Fannie Lou Hamer and women of the past. The women went to school, but the men sometimes had third or fourth grade educations. But those women that look down on those farmers, they didn't look down on the men that supported them and pushed them to school. They still honor and respect those men. Even though they had higher education, they still honor and respected their men. But a lot of women that have higher education, they come into what's called an egalitarian construct, where they feel that just because they have the power as it relates to power and status, then they got to share the power with their husband. But see, what masculine men say, no, sweetie, I don't care how many degrees you got. I'm going to be the man of the home. I don't care how much money you got. I'm going to be the man of the home. And if you cannot adhere to those guidelines and those expectations, you can be free. You can feel free to go. The emasculation of black men must stop. Men got to either be men and stand and be bold in our convictions, or we say,
Amen.
The heck with it, man.
Can I ask a question, please?
Go ahead.
And this is just me, as in conversations that I've had with men who date outside their race. And because here's a part of the conversation I have yet to hear. When it comes to dating women of other races, it ain't that much different between us and them, because we all women. So my question is, like, okay, if it's not that much different, then it becomes more or less of some of the perceptions that you as black men, or black men who feel like other women, or pedestalize women of other ethnicities. Some of that is that you bought into the stereotypes, you bought into what has been taught to you. You know what I'm saying? And as a black woman, like I would stand to the mountaintops and say, I love black men. I got a brother right here on this panel I love to death. You hear me? I love to death. Like, I know he's a man, he can hold his own, but like, if need be, I would do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll hurt somebody for him if need be. And I got a father, I got uncles, I got cousins, all black men I love dearly. So it's hard and it is hurtful to hear black men say this. I
Do you love
personally,
me?
I do.
You said my name either.
I'm sorry. I love all the black men on this campus.
So Shushu, hold on 1 second.
My thing is like, it's hard to say.
I have a question for you. Could you please, when you say it's hurtful to hear, can you please give us one concrete detail so we can understand where you're coming from?
I mean, it's hurtful to hear, like, just like, for instance, like I it's hurtful for me to hear, like, you know, just some of the grievances my brother has with black women. It's hurtful to hear, oh, you got too much mouth, oh, you this, oh, you that. But see, the thing is, we got to be careful with that, because sometimes that's taken to be weaponized against us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we gotta admit, some of that is like some of the stereotypes that we done bought into. Cause all black men ain't like that. I mean, not all black women ain't like that. So it is, you know, I've been quiet and I've just been listening, and it's just I as a black woman want to scream to the top of the mountaintops, like, oh my God, like, come on, y'all. It's not that hard. Like, some of it too, like, y'all gotta admit, some of the men, and I'm not gonna paint everybody with the same brush. Some of the men, some of their grievances are they just can't pull the black women they want. Some of that are their grievances. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you could pull any chick you wanted, any black woman you wanted, you wouldn't feel the way you feel about black women.
Can I ask this question?
Come on, y'all.
Can I ask this question though? Because I've seen, and let me tell you what I've seen. I've seen this, what you're talking about, Shushu. I've seen black men not able to pull beautiful black women because beautiful black women ain't they're giving their ass the time of day.
Right.
But then months later, you'll see him at Walmart and he's smiling, and I'm like, hey, what's up with you, boy? Oh, nothing much, man, just chilling. Oh, okay. Oh, that's your girl? And coming around the corner, beautiful Asian girl, nice waist, big breasts, nice butt, smiling hard, beautiful girl. How is it that she would give him an opportunity, but the sister wouldn't give him one? Right? Because now we're looking at the hypergamy again. What is he? He look like he broke, girl like he ain't got nothing. You know, we judge from the outside. And we don't want to get to know him. But them Asian girls say, I want to know you. Who are you? And then all of a sudden you see them in there, they hugged up, they taking pictures together.
You know what, black man? You know what, black man? The grievance isn't that you date outside your race. Well, for me personally speaking, the grievance isn't that you date outside your race. It's that you pedestalize the other women outside your race. You make it seem like they're so much better. That's the problem. Well, nobody has a problem with if you have a woman who she's of a different race and she's interested. You know what I mean? All right, fine. You find her interesting, you're interested, fine. But to say that, oh, she's so much better.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth of it, Shamaria. It's not. Well, I disagree with guys. I disagree with men pedestalizing women of other races as well. Right. Me, I want black women to be the best.
Exactly.
I want them to. I want them to be as fantastic as they can be.
Hold on, Mandrell. Say that again.
I want black women, to be as fantastic as they can possibly be.
Absolutely.
I want that. However, the more you tell them, this is the issue. They say, no, well, you're not. If you can't deal with it, you're not a real man. Then the emasculation comes. And when you go date someone outside your race, you don't get emasculated. It's not that the white men are better. It's just they're raised different.
Right.
Asian women, they're raised differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. It's more so a culture thing as to why those other women are different than black women. You know what I mean? And when black men say you should adopt some of the things that women of these other races have, is for me now, it's not to down black women at all. It's to say, hey, listen, with these things, you're going the wrong way. I don't like it. Most black men don't like it. Most black men that you're looking for won't tolerate it. Adopt some of this. these things that these women are doing, adopt that, take that, put it in place of all the crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like the attitude and this and the other. Yes, you're a strong Black woman. Be proud of it. I'm proud of you for being a strong Black woman. I'm proud of you for being successful. But when you take that and use it as a weapon against me, that's when you got the problem. And that's why I punctuated it with such a corrosive word earlier, because Black women need to know just how severe the situation is. Talking to you nicely about it is only going to put sugar on top of shit. It's still shit. Just because you put syrup on shit don't make it pancakes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Black women have to understand. No, this is a serious, serious problem. And the divide has only gotten wider and wider as the years have gone on. And as if we don't get Black women to understand, hey, it's only going to get worse.
But if you
don't turn around.
All right, just a second, guys. I want to get this comment. Durian said, many Black women, thank you, Durian, for being here as well. Many Black women in modern society don't value and appreciate our Black men. Right. Women of other nationalities recognize what some Black women have rejected and are trained to go after and marry those men. We're going to get Jedi Mike in here. Then we'll get Chastity in here as well. Then we're going to get, I forgot about my girl over here in the corner. We got to get Book of Genesis in here because I want to hear more of the female perspective as well. So,
ladies, again, Chastity, I mean no harm.
She knows that.
Well, okay. If I may, like, I wanted to add into that point because I want to start with the video, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of the response, I think there's a huge difference in terms of, what was being said and also what was being interpreted, right? And when you hear, with the woman where she was communicating, saying that, well, we become very successful and all of the things like that, we have jobs, we're graduating, all this stuff. She didn't hear the question, right? What the man was asking him. He asked, why are we not? Why are we? As Black men, Black women, not working like well with each other, not getting married and stuff. The whole thing with careers should have been irrelevant because you keep saying the fact about careers and all those other things, right? And what might be translated when the dude say, no, it's the mouth, right? They're thinking as women, they're hearing, okay, so you're thinking that my career means nothing and all stuff and doesn't mean anything, right? That's not necessarily true. You're what you do as your career, as lifestyle, well, that's important. As you being an adult, have getting the degrees, being educating yourself, that's important. But then you left two words out of that whole sentence right there, and in a form of question: is all that degrees, all that job, all stuff, is that important to him, right? Because much of that criteria we talk about, especially as men, it's like I don't need you to be a PhD for me to to communicate with you and have like a positive relationship, and the disconnect of that. Women will put standards they think they want on men and think that those standards is what we men want from women. It's absolutely not the case, right? We really don't need really security for women. We want more cooperation, other stuff like that. I don't really need to have you have a high-paying job, whatever, because me as a man, I'm going to cover you. But I want to go in a deeper sense of this because that whole point of like, oh, there's no Black woman, this, right? Go into the origin of it. As children, both as a Black boy and as a Black girl, right? They're being raised in a household, whether or not it might be in a point where, okay, the boy is being told that he's nothing by his mother, saying you just like your daddy, you looking dark like your daddy, X, Y, Z, whatever. But then I also hear stories from your daughters that they're being protected because of the absence of a father. They're being heard saying that, okay, you gotta be tough, you gotta be doing all this stuff like that, and she can't relax as a female and grow in her femininity, whatever, because she's never covered. So there, all that whole passive aggressiveness and all that, aggressive attitude and that things that we all complain about that says masculine is a defense mechanism because she's been unprotected, right? Or she hasn't been trained to be taught in an environment where women tell her, hey, listen, are you able to respect authority? Are you able to respect men? Also, are you able to respect yourself and your bodies, right? So when all these things, when you're talking about the degree in that video we're talking about, I saw entitlement. That had nothing to do with your career, your degree. Me seeing, are you a functional human being, and I can have a positive relationship with you. Because I can get someone who work at Applebee's, and then they might be the grace of God to be the mother of my children. But yet, you might be a nuclear astrophysicist, and yet you might be might be the Satan's daughter at home. So it's both a double-edged sword. So I think in that video, that showed you right there, because one, you had one black woman saying one thing and a black man saying a different thing, and yet here we clashing, right? And the one we thought was gonna react and say nothing, Vivica, right? But I mean, but the fact that she's in that environment there, I was watching, like, I already knew what was gonna happen, because they didn't really hear the question. Why are we not listening to each other? It's not about materialistic things, about our careers and all this stuff. It's not. It's how we communicate. And I think both of them in that video didn't really understand what was going on, because they were ready to be fighting.
Yeah. So Chastity, go ahead, baby.
I'm gonna just second what Jedi Mike is saying. Honestly, there's not really much more that I can say, because again, wherever your mind is at, you'll attract more of that. And if you're not looking for a resolution to grow closer to the woman or us to our men, this will continue, right? So I'm not really sure if the audience is more 20-year-olds. Are we talking more to millennials, Gen X's, baby boomers? Like, the answer is very simple. It's just communication. Us listening to one another, having an emotional intelligence, taking the time and really listening to one another. Being childish and continuously going back and forth, like I don't, like, okay, if this is what the platform is, then I will change faces by the next question. But I just, if we're really looking for solutions, then the solution definitely is communication, guys, because at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, everybody comes from the womb of the Black woman. Okay, so that's your white woman, your Asian woman, everybody come from these hips. Okay, so we are not the fifth on anybody's list. We are the first. However, we are going to be the ones that make you raise your bar just a little bit more. And absolutely, we'll submit to you, love you, and everything else. And Black men, let me just remind you, and any man who feels like, oh, because the Asian woman with her small waist and big hips and big breasts, she bought them. You paid for them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But here's the
Still
reality.
sexy though. Still sexy though.
Here's the reality.
What?
Here's the reality. Here's the reality. Here's the reality. The reality is she's fixated upon what you bring sexually. So we are talking about and submitting to you in your entirety. So those are two different conversations. And until we're really ready to have those conversations, the childishness continues. But it's about communications.
And just one point, I'll just add to that. It just, well, even though I know what Mandrell said that I know what Mandrell said, that even though that Shushu and Chastity and Genesis, they get where he's coming from. But again, you also have to remember there's people that's watching the stream, and again, they're just like, when we're having these conversations, I know we can joke around about this, whatever, but again, it's just there's certain type of like level of decorum in how we kind of communicate that sense. And then when we say something blatant like that, I know you, Mandrell, but a lot of people don't. So when they see that and see this conversation and how we're responding, again, it's not really being positive, moving forward, conversation, and earlier when I said
about because Chastity mentioned the Asian girl with the big breast. When I mentioned that, that's a true story. Like, I actually saw a guy that was turned down by pretty girls because that's what he wanted. Right, his first initial thought was, I want to be with a Black woman, and dudes used to laugh at him when he tried to approach a woman. He was always well dressed. He was just like an IT nerdy guy, right? So he was like, he wasn't this, dude that's, he's more of he wasn't like, hey, what up? Well, he's more like, hi, Chastity, good evening, how are you? It's nice to meet you. And the women would sit there and just laugh at him. Like he didn't even exist. Like they was like, girl, what do you think you're finna do?
Black man,
wait, well, time, pause, flag on the play. And please allow me to say something. Please.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. So right now, I didn't acknowledge it earlier, but I need to acknowledge it now. We got a super chat, The Beautiful Lie, 1999 super chat. Thank you so much. The reason we're in this wretched state is because men can't call fat women fat, bad mothers, etc. Mandrell did not refer to any woman on the panel, which we didn't say he did, or in general, that term. He simply told the truth about the C100. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Then we also have the kosher clinician. The $10 super chat. Thank you guys so much. And we're going to take a little break right here. And I'm going to give y'all IHOP running. All right, man. Thank you, IHOP running. So listen, guys, again, thank you guys for being here. Listen, we have 37 likes and we have 71 people watching. So I need you guys to get those likes up. Go ahead and hit that like button right now. Hit that like button right now, please. That will help with the algorithm. So guys,
Black man, what they don't understand is when we get most of the time when we get with women of other races, we're settling for them. That's the settle for us.
That's the point.
What we want is you.
Yeah,
we want the
That's right, Mandrell. Talk.
Yeah, we're settling. The woman of other races.
Yeah,
absolutely right.
Chastity. My sister and I've had this conversation many times.
Hold on, let's get.
Hold on. Please.
Hold on 1 second. Because Genesis hadn't said anything, so I'm gonna get Genesis in here. Then we ain't signing. But I do agree with Mandrell in certain situations. I agree with him 100%. That when a man wants a black woman, he'll go after, get turned down, and he'd be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna settle with this Asian chick.
That's a settle.
Yeah, that's
we want the black woman now,
right? Yeah, it's they settle most of the time. I'm not gonna say 100% of the time, but I will say most of the time. They will settle. But then Book of Genesis is in the building tonight. Book of Genesis, go ahead.
Yes. So I want to chime in, and then I want to ask a question. So you just made the argument that black women have had for some time. You said that this gentleman who you saw in the store with this Asian woman was the nerdy IT guy. And we typically see that the men who are going outside of the black women to find their mate are the ones that black women aren't finding attractive for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're the nerdy guy, but then they want the pretty girl or the model chick or whatever. And that's just not realistic.
Right.
So
but how is that not? Hold on, but see, I don't agree with that. Yeah. I don't agree that if you're a nerd guy, you can't be with a nice, hot, sexy black woman. It's just I don't.
Typically, you just don't see that. Are there some exceptions? Absolutely, but typically you don't. And that's neither here nor there. We can agree to disagree on that.
Why not go Genesis? Why don't we typically see that? Why do black women typically not go for the nerdy guy when they know that that's the guy who's going to bring home the bag?
My point exactly.
Because it's not always about the money. It's not always about the money. And you guys sometimes fail to realize that women are just as visual as men. They're not looking at these guys that are in the gym, for no reason. They're looking at them because they find them attractive, just like you guys find the pretty girl or the model chick attractive, and that's what you want to go after. Women are the same way.
Okay, but sometimes you have to choose. Sometimes, and in many cases, guys, because we're talking. Well, in these days and times, we're talking about this because I just listened to an album, right? I just listened to what's the girl's name? Jasmine Sullivan, right? And Jasmine Sullivan has a song talking about a guy that sits at home all day, don't have no job, don't have no car, but as long as he got good D, is good for her, right? And so these women have adopted this type of ignorance. And so now you have dudes that's cut up, looking like Shamar Moore, cut up out this world, right? Cut up out this world, and they're sitting on the couch, not really making a lot of money. And you got the nerds sitting over in the corner like, damn, you know what? I'm going to give you a prime example. Have you guys ever seen the video Jasmine Sullivan did, I'm in Love with Another Man?
Damn.
She has a song. Y'all should go watch it. She has a song called "I'm in Love with Another Man," and in that video, the dude that's in love with her, he was sitting at home. He lit candles all over the house. He had a candle-lit dinner. He had champagne. He had dinner. He cooked dinner from scratch, right? And the whole video, he just setting up the house. And just what Jasmine was doing. She was over across town with the thug, having sex in the dressing room with the thug. Right? So she said, "I'm in love with another man." She said, "Even though he don't treat me right, I still gotta have me just something about him." Then she get home and walk in the house, and she sits down with the nerd, and he had a ring ready. He's gonna ask her to marry him, and she said, "I can't be with you because I gotta be with him."
Exercise your options.
Can I say this? Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just like the same concept as, women aren't going for the nerdy guy. Y'all don't go for the quiet, shy girl.
I do.
There are good women out here, but they get overlooked for the ones with the big booties and the Instagram models and stuff. Because let's just be honest, that is what y'all go for. A lot of I don't want to generalize, but a lot of guys that's like that same nerdy guy who wanted to be with he that's the type of chick he wants to be with. That's the type of chick he wants, but he can't pull her.
Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question to the fellas on the panel. Raise your hand right now if you would like to have a calm, quiet female that don't raise a lot of hell.
Yes.
No. Ideally, characteristically, that's what you want. But here's the reality. That chick right there, she dresses real basic. She don't do all that glowing up.
Hide some up under them loose fit.
No. But here's the thing: the one that I think that y'all not. What y'all not aware of is personality-wise, character-wise. That's probably what you want. But what you are drawn to and what you actually go after is something different.
Now, let me tell you a secret, Shusha. Half the time, men want to hit the fine ones, what they want to marry the quiet ones.
Right.
This is how that works. You see all the head.
Black man, if that's true, why are there so many unmarried black men in the middle class?
What? Okay, hold on. Because men, we want to hit Megan Thee Stallion. We want to hit Megan Thee Stallion, but we want to wife up Angela Bassett.
You're right, but we have
and there's a lot of Angela Bassett's. Why haven't?
But my point is, if that's what you want, then why are there so many?
Can I
so many y'all unmarried then?
Okay,
I'll answer that. Allow me to answer that.
Going for the ones who keep going for the Megan Thee Stallions. That's why.
Okay, so we flexing our options, man.
Hey, watch this. Before we
flexing our options.
All right, now real quick, guys. Let's take a quick break, real quick. We got another super chat. All right, we got Avigada, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. He said, "Black and brown foreign women have treated me better, admired my challenging leadership, love my personality, and they treat me better overall. Even their nagging and annoying habits is still better. The list goes on." Thank you for your $20 super chat.
All right, can I ask the guys? Can I
finish saying what I need to say?
Genesis, I'm gonna get you in a Genesis. Hold that thought real quick. Hold that. Okay. So let's get We Ain't Signing, Hank, and then Genesis. Go ahead, We Ain't Signing.
So first, I want to address something. Like Shushu, see, this is the situation. We're not pedestalizing other women. For example, when you ask what do black men want, all the black men told you that they want to marry a shy, quiet guy, right? But yet you keep insisting and imposing your thoughts, saying no, you guys are wrong, right? See, this is part of the problem, and I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just highlighting that example, right? Highlighting that example of where black men will tell you what they want and what's going on, and then black women will say, no, you don't want that. Of course, men in general find women attractive. We have testosterone, right? That's part of the biological imperative to reproduce with the best genetic genes that you can find, right? Women have estrogen, so you want to pair yourself with someone who can best protect and provide for your offspring, right? That's basic biology. But the fact is, when black men are sitting here telling you what we want, and then women are saying no, right? It's discouraging, and that's one of the reasons why we just move on elsewhere. Please allow me to finish. Right now, if my perspective is wrong, so be it. Right, but the men will agree with me. Now, second point is where we're talking about going to other races, and women are just there for our penis, right? And that's also a little bit I'll know what I'll say, that it's insulting to say that other women just want you because of your penis. No, that's how black women look at us. Actually, women of other races don't look at us that way, especially when you go abroad. Now, I've been here 16 years abroad, so I'm speaking from over a decade of experience and meeting fathers and talking to their parents and hanging out with them, right? Other races of women do not reduce black men to penis size. And that's where I had this conversation before. And Jed, Mike, know where I'm going to go with this, right? When you take, all right, don't do it.
Don't you bring me into this.
So, but when you look at a white supremacist and their talking points of a black man, and then you listen to what black women have said in their talking points, can we find a difference? And I'll leave it there, because the point of we're reducing us to a penis size, especially when you have a PhD man on here from UNC, Ivy League educated man, another man who's been in the military, another brother who just finished college education. I'm sorry, I don't know the two other brothers' background, right? And to just sit here and say reduce us to penis size because that's what other races of women, that's not the facts. That's just not the facts.
All right, let's get Hink in here. Hink, go ahead and say what you got to say.
It's also not the fact that with college educated women on here and women who are not yelling at men, and who those of us who successfully run our households and in long-term relationships, it's not fair either. It's just classification everyone does.
But see, the difference between you and me, I never reduced you to anything. And then even when Mandrell said that, he said, I tried to get him apologize, right? The difference between your statements and mine is that I have never, ever said anything to discredit or disrespect any black woman on this panel at any time. That is the difference.
All right. So
I appreciate that too. But the rest of the chat haven't. So I appreciate you. The rest of the chat hasn't. Thank you.
All right. So Hank, what you got for us, brother?
Hey man, us men are exercising our options as we should do, as you need to do. Because look, I don't give a damn what color woman you want to date, nationality. I don't give a damn. If that's what you want, man, good luck. And if you find love and happiness in a white woman, an Asian woman, an Indian woman, whatever you find love and happiness in, hey, so be it. Good luck, congratulations. That gives me more options. Now I'm gonna deal with these black women. Now I'm not gonna deal with these loudmouth, annoying ass, trifling ass, fake hair weaving, eyelash wearing chicks. The hell with that shit. I want you real as real. I don't want fake shit. Cause you woman wear all that makeup, you a clown. A goddamn clown. And I don't deal with clowns because you fake. I want a real woman. A natural woman, a woman who's not afraid to get old and little age and let her gray hair down. The hell with that. Be all you. And I'm gonna exercise my options to the fullest. Ain't no way I'm gonna sit there and settle for bullshit out here with y'all trying to offer me. Why? I'm gonna leave your ass at the restaurant where you need to be. I don't have to do this. Y'all ain't shit to me. I'm the prize. I'm the man. Y'all straws. I'm the broom holder. I'm the stick. I keep y'all together. I choose you if you're the right one. But if you ain't, then I move on. Right. I'm going to bless you with my last name. Yeah, it's a blessing. But if you ain't the right one, you'll never get it. And you never should. So, men, just don't throw your shit out there. It's not worth it. Don't die for these chicks. Don't fight over these chicks. Don't kill each other over these chicks. For what? Standard model for every woman is a vagina, titties, and eggs. They all the same.
Hey, Black Man Unfiltered, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Real quick, shoot.
Real quick. First of all, Hank, why can't she be an artist? Like, you know what I'm saying? She can't, you know what I'm saying? Makeup artist. She can't wear makeup. Anyway, that's
like woman with all that makeup. Shushu, I'm sorry, baby. I'll take you out. I'll take you out tonight if you need me. But you can't come with all that makeup and that fake shit. I ain't with it. I ain't with it, Shushu. I'm sorry. You ain't gonna make it to the restaurant to get left at the restaurant. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. Real. I'm gonna be real quick. So it's just something. 2 points I wanted to come back at we ain't fine with Sam. We outnumber y'all by like 2 million. So that means that there are more good girls in the bunch. You can't tell me they're not, but you're overlooking them because she's not the beauty queen. Bottom line. She may have, and I know some good, I'm talking about good women will make excellent wives. But a lot of times, they get looked over because, men want the women who got their breast out and all this other stuff they showing, all this other stuff.
Your brother's thirsty as hell.
No. And number 2, and I'm gonna tell y'all something else. This is a point too that y'all ain't bringing up too about women who, when guys say, "I want to go overseas and get me a woman over here," and da. A lot of times, they turn up their femininity because they're trying to pull you. Either they're trying to get your money, or they're trying to get married so they can get out of the circumstances or the situations that they're in. If they get married for a financial or economic come up.
Shushu, your brother's married to Jergens. Why don't you recommend those good women?
You know what? Don't do that. Don't do that.
And also, wait, hold on. If you know so many of these marriageable black women, why haven't you introduced me to any of them?
I know.
There it is. Boom.
I told you about, I told you why. I said, but you ain't gonna look at her because she's not a beauty queen.
Hey, Black Man Unfiltered.
He has the perfect personality.
Two things.
I've been waiting.
I'm sorry. Let's let the lady go first, Coach. My bad. I'm sorry, Genesis. I'm sorry. I'm used to seeing your beautiful face. Look at me, Genesis. So I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
So I have a question for the men on the panel.
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
When you guys are saying that black women are, if they have their college degree or multiple degrees, like the woman in the video, when a black woman has done the work and she's established herself and say she's a homeowner and whatever else, doing well in her career, and she meets a man and he may not have acquired those things yet, should that woman give up her home if she's a homeowner and maybe move in with the guy in an apartment, or should she allow him to move into her home? What should she do in a situation like that?
I'm gonna let the clinician go ahead with this one. Go ahead, clinician. Put everything together you was gonna do, Doc. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I would never move in with a woman because in that essence, that man is deferring power in the relationship. I like what something that my man Hank 75 said, and he said it succinctly. Many modern women, many modern women come into.
Oh no! Look at the devil.
I'm gonna do Genesis a blessing. I'm gonna answer the question for.
Right. Until that man.
Oh, okay. There you go, man.
And until that man deem you the prize, then you're the prize in your head. But until he deem you to be his wife, then you're. Listen, water seeks its own level, and men are the prize catchers. We determine if that woman is prize worthy. Therefore, we will catch her. But see, so many men have been conditioned to give their power away in relationships. They see themselves as less than because sadly, there's a percentage, we're not saying all, but there's a percentage of our women that tend to minimize the importance of a man. But back to what I was saying earlier as well, I think the young lady, I can't think of her name, Chastity A. Wells, the insurance lady, she said that we are pedestalizing, and I come to you in the spirit of respect, sister, but she said that we are pedestalizing other ethnicities of women, but it's not necessarily the nationality, the ethnos of the woman, but it's the behavior associated with those women that we are seeking for. As I said earlier, men go do what's called affection deprivation, and they're tired of it. They're looking for women that are affectionate. And so another typical, I call it, I'm not gonna say, one would assume this shaming language. We say that with those women just want you for your money. All women want men for their money for the most part, unless they just find that man to be good looking and he got swag and charisma. There are some women that will take the looks over the lack of money, but in general, All women want a man that make as much as them or more than them. So when people use that, that ideal that they just want you for your money, all women want money. Whether you're American or foreign, they all want money. It's not wrong with women practicing kosher hypergamy, fit and proper, which means I want a man that's going to provide for me, protect me, love me, and put me in a good situation. It's nothing wrong with that. But I find it appalling when people use those talking points to equivocate or to justify the position that they just want you for money. All women want men for money. Most women are not going to marry a man that's a bum, because many times they denigrate brothers and say you're broke, you're a bum, And so when I hear that, it's baffling, to say the least.
All right, so let me do this.
So
All right,
I don't think I heard the answer to the question, or did I miss it?
Okay, hold on one second.
Let me answer the question. Hold
on one second. Hold on one
Mine
second.
was something totally different, but go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, hold on one second. So, guys, again, thank you for being here. We have 77 people watching. We have 45 likes. Please get those likes up. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if this is your first time here. Also, I want to take a break and acknowledge the super chats we were getting in here as we were discussing. We do have one from, let's see who we got here. We got No Captivity. A black woman who loves and values black family structure is far more valuable than rubies. What else we got here? All right, we got Raw B. Save yourself, black women. These men are for the streets. Live your best, happy, period. All right. All right, we're going to let Kosher get the in a second. All right, and then we got one more here. Raw B. Black women respect men that deserve respect. Color be damned. All right. Well, Robbie, this is for you. All right. So listen, Mr. Genesis said her question. We'll address Robbie in a second, but Kosher, go ahead. I mean not Kosher, but Genesis, go ahead, because she said her question did not get answered by Hink or Kosher. So go ahead.
Give me a chance to answer, black man. I didn't get an opportunity.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Let me add to that. Should the woman be waiting? Should she be waiting, like, to purchase the home until she finds a husband, or should she, could carry on, or I don't know what she should do. So I guess I'll wait for you guys to answer the question.
Look here, man. I'm gonna give the woman a couple options. We can either rent the home out, or we can sell it. Either way, we're gonna make a profit. So when we come together, we're gonna get a home together. I'm not moving in with a. I did that shit in my 20s and got kicked out. Never again will I ever move in with another woman. I learned my lesson.
Oh God!
As a young man.
Yes, sir. Man, I was 20, 21. Never again. Ain't no woman ever gonna kick me out of nowhere. So let's say this.
If she sells, using your example, if she sells the home before they get together, then do the proceeds from the sale of the home become marital property, or
it's going
is
towards
that
a new
an asset
home
that she comes into the marriage with?
It's going towards, if we sell it, it's going toward a new home. They're going to buy because we're married. That's the only way I'm going to move in. We're going to be together as we're married. And we're going to buy our new home from the other home sale.
Well, isn't that still
if
sort
Ms.
of
Wells is
like
gonna,
living off
if
of the
she's
woman?
a realtor, she's going to help us get a home. And we're going to use that money as a down payment and close the house.
How is that different than moving in with the woman? If she had a home prior to the marriage, she sells her home, and they use that home to buy.
I'm not moving in with you, Genesis.
I'm not saying you moving.
I'm not moving in with you.
Moving in with Genesis, so
I'm not moving in with no woman. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not moving in with you. I'm not moving in with no woman, ma'am.
Nobody's moving in with you, so they don't have to worry about that.
No, Genesis. The difference is.
Hold on, guys. We got another super chat here. Robbie Privilege says, if they choose Becky as an insult, choose whoever will treat you right.
No one said they're going to choose him as a no. Genesis, the difference is that, okay, now we're married. So it's no such thing as your money anymore. It's our money. So we're going to take our money and buy a house. Buy a house for us.
No.
Mandrell,
time out. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
It's our money now.
Bullshit.
First on the I apologize for jumping line. I'm just going to say this. First and foremost, she can buy the house. She can keep the house. I don't care. I do care of the class of woman I'm with. I do care that she makes enough money. I do care that I don't make more than 30%, because if you divorce, those child support checks are going to hurt you. if you make more than 30% of what she makes. Number two, I do value education because I am educated. I want my children to be educated, right? I do care about class. I want her to come from a certain class, a certain pedigree. So yes, I care about her education. Yes, I care about I care about that she's on par with making money. I care about those things because then we're in alignment on a lot of other things. And especially if divorce comes, I'm not going to catch a huge L because again, when we're to the question of why men are not married, especially in the middle and upper class, because it is financial suicide. When you listen to men talk about why they're not getting married today, it's because the laws are not fair to men, right? We do not have equal rights when it comes to marriage or paternity rights. That's why men such as myself, SYSBM, move abroad because we are treated as first-class citizens as opposed to second-class citizens in America. So to answer your question succinctly, Genesis, she can buy the home, she can keep the home because my finances are my finances, her finances are her finances, and then we have finances that are community. So in case of divorce, especially in America, when we get divorced, we're only splitting those communicable assets. Fuck what you heard.
No.
Do not marry some woman who is below your class.
Look her, man. I don't. No disrespect for you, Wayne. Sound. I don't agree with you saying. But let me finish my point. We gonna rent that house, or we gonna sell it? Like I said, that's what we gonna do. And then we're gonna buy a home together. Like I said, we're gonna use them proceeds because we married. That's the only reason why we moving in together anyway, because we're married. So we're gonna use them proceeds as a down payment and closing costs. That's what we gonna do.
So you using her money anyway.
It's not. You ain't got no money. It's not your money. Damn it. If we married, you my wife, right? No, Genesis. Time out, Genesis. Genesis, time out. We're married. I sit there and say we're married. I'm not moving in with you because you are my girlfriend. That's not happening. You're my wife. So we're coming together and buying a home. You don't have no money no more. It's our money.
Right.
So it's one pot, our money. Right. And if you don't like it, then we won't be getting married. Because I'm going to have that conversation before we walk down the aisle anyway.
Prenup.
Right.
So hold on, let's let Genesis respond. Genesis said, "Oh no, y'all missed that."
No.
Genesis, you said so. How do you get home?
This is coming from a Christian.
This
is coming from a Christian. This is coming from a Christian.
Genesis, and you can get the hell
Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping.
A Christian woman saying that her money is her money still in marriage and not ours.
Then get good luck being alone in that bedroom.
So everybody
So
is
that man is looking for a come up,
everybody's
right?
not talking about the change.
So
That
go ahead.
man is looking for a come up.
I thought a Christian marriage was so important to her.
How are you a come up?
Oh, but when money comes involved,
what are you giving to me that you'll come up?
That's too tight for me.
What are you giving to me that you'll come up? I'm giving you my last name. I'm blessing you with my last name. You came up.
What?
You're
No,
you're not a single woman anymore. Now you're a married woman.
If your last name is not an asset to her and it's not going to add value to her life, then
your
your
status
name
changed,
is not a come
ma'am.
up.
When your status changed from single to married, that's a blessing. Instead, keep on being a baby's mama. Keep on being a single a lady if you want to. Them nights gonna get cold.
I've been married, so that's not you. You can't weaponize that with me. You can't weaponize that with me because I've been there and done that. I've been there and done that. That it's not as attractive as you guys try to make it.
One second, please. 1 second, please. Because no, Miss Genesis, I asked you, what was the point of you asking that question? Because I think we're going in circles. Like we answering your question, we're giving you an answer, but it also seems like you're not accepting it because you keep asking again about what about this and what this. I want to get to root why'd you ask that question, and so we hopefully get to a point where you're trying to make.
I can make a point.
The point that I'm making
I'm asking
is
her.
that black men are using every excuse for why they can't, and then when a black woman does, then it's weaponized against her and it's looked at as a bad thing because she's done the work that she should have done.
I'm confused what you mean by hold on. I'm confused what you mean by hold on. I confused what you mean by that because I'm just
she's gone. She's gotten her education. She started her career. She's purchased a home. She's doing well for herself. That's what she's supposed to do.
Yes. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what
Right.
she's supposed to
So,
do.
no,
Black
stop,
men-
Mandrell, stop. Go.
Black men are saying that is a bad thing because she's done what she's supposed to do.
No,
I didn't
okay.
say
Let me
that.
let
I
me
don't
let me
care that
respond.
you
Let me
call her
respond
home.
to this. Let me respond to this. I don't know if I'm not speaking for everyone here, but I never said that you being a functional adult is therefore a reason
Right.
why you're not in a relationship. The point what we're talking about is that when it becomes entitlement of saying that, well, okay, I have all these, degrees and everything like that, but are you just a good person to be in relation with? It has nothing to do with the assets that you have. It has nothing to do with the
True.
assets that you have. And anyone who
Yes.
does that, that's a sign of insecurity. That's on both sides. And that's
Right.
a problem you can solve, which is a prenup. So that point, I'm going to the point is what was the point of you asking that question? Because if you're just saying, well, if some men are intimidated by that and they're thinking that, oh yeah, she got her own house and all this stuff like that. Okay, well then they're not gonna get married. But the point that what Hank said, I'm not going into your assets. I'm adding you to mine. So I'm adding you to my assets and to a point of our home and all this stuff like that.
Many of the men who say that we're
not many men.
They don't have the assets. I'm not saying you guys particularly on the panel. I'm saying the men who are having this conversation don't have the assets. And if a black woman says, if a black woman says that she's expecting a man to be educated, to be secure in his career, to have some assets, or have accomplished some things in life, then her standards or her expectations are too high.
Okay, well, Genesis, I just want to
just buy a toy.
you can make that, but listen, you can make that argument as valid as it might be. I can say that also as a man was like, there's women who have different baby fathers and all this stuff, different children, and they're living on welfare. But in this conversation, we're not having a conversation with people who are on welfare. To my knowledge, we're talking about people on this panel right now. All this stuff. So yes, we can bring things about the what about isms and all this stuff. But again, that's not really being productive out of this conversation. If all that the excuse that you just talked about, that's a man that doesn't have nothing to stand on. And yeah, you shouldn't settle for that. I'm talking about as a functioning adult who has resources, who able to provide for his family, everything, and he has a woman that is also a functioning adult and everything, and stand her own 2 feet. And then yet, why can't we just, as black men, black women, get together and add our resources so we create a kingdom? If we're supposed to be kings and queens. But again, at the point you're talking about this is because we have an ego problem. Because then it's like, well, I don't. You saying these men don't have that things to stand on argument? Don't listen to them. We're talking about on this panel right now. If you're not taking care of yourself, you shouldn't be in a fucking relationship. Like, I don't care what age you are. Even me in college,
But let me say this, Jedi. Most women and I've had this conversation. We've had this conversation on the panel before, with Genesis and other women. In today's time, like Genesis, when she said when she gets married, right? If she chooses to get married again, her money is going to be her money. His money is going to be his. Am I misquoting you, Genesis?
That's the correct way to do it.
You are not.
Okay, and that's not that's not a Christian marriage. That's not a Christian marriage.
No, hold on, time out, guys.
That's regardless. That's not okay. That's the point about having a Christian marriage. We don't know what marriage is.
I'm out.
Okay, like
I'm
again,
out.
I want to break it. I want to break this point because all right, we keep turning like, well, that's not a Christian marriage. We don't know what marriage that Genesis type of one. If she won't have that marriage, okay, she can reap the benefits and consequences of her having separate accounts. Now let her have that. Let her have that. I'm not understanding. It's like, okay, that's not a Christian marriage. Like, well, okay, cool. If she want to have that, then let her have it.
And that's right.
Then don't get married.
So hold on. No, but the thing about it is, guys.
Say that she's dying to get married, so we can leave me
out.
Hold
on. We ain't signed it. Hold on a second.
Shout out to Cheeky, my bro.
All right, so we got another super chat here. No Captivity with Freezy said, I'm a PhD. All right, and then we got another one. The marriage. Okay, so Robbie previously said marital assets happen after the marriage, not before. All income, property, and debt before marriage is enjoined. Know the law. Now, I wanted to do this one as well, guys. We had a doorbell. Somebody rang the doorbell. Come on, let me go on up here and we go back up to here. Here it is. All right, here it is, right here, guys. Sir Hell speaks ringing the doorbell. He said women also carry the most debt. Let's keep it 100.
So let me hop in here, because we're like, the thing about it is, we're talking like the average black marriage in America only lasts for 5 years. So actually, Genesis is correct by separating the finances, especially
Right.
when all finances that came before marriage belongs to her. It belongs to her, just like all the money I made before I got married belongs to me. Well, I didn't get married in America, so all my shit belongs to me. You don't have to
Right.
catch it, nigga. We
Yeah,
get divorced.
that's the benefit of getting married over there. But over here, in these parts.
Right, but so over there where y'all are at,
Yeah.
it is nothing wrong with keeping financials separate, especially when we know the lifespan of a black marriage is 5 years, guys. 5 years. 5 years.
But you
So
going in scared,
it
though.
would be
You going in there
financially
scared.
irresponsible to do otherwise.
You going in there scared, though. You might as well get a rainy day fund.
I'm
like
going in prepared. I'm going in there prepared.
All right, guys, hold on just a second. Oh, there's another one.
Wait, what was that comment? What was that comment?
Which one?
The last one.
Never married these chicks on paper. If she can't respect male authority, she is not to be touched. If my wives, are taking advantage of me, that's still better than dealing with the damn. What is that?
The Western
The
women.
Western women. Okay. All right. And
But you know what? I'm gonna say this, Black Man Unfiltered. I'm gonna sign off, brother. Much love to the panel, but that goes back to what my man Hink said, and I tend to flow more with what he's saying. I respect the younger brothers as well. When you go into a relationship, if you're going to be led by a man, if you feel that man is, a man that you want to be with, then it should be under the proper admonition to follow your man because he's the head of that relationship. But see, it goes back to what I said earlier. Too many want egalitarian relationships. I like what I think the young lady, I can't think of her name, the young lady to the left, the insurance lady, I don't know what her name is. Chastity. But Chastity made a comment. She said the communication is the issue. And there's some credence to that, but here's the problem. I listened to something Security Boss said in the past, and when Security Boss tried to talk about some of the things that she was struggling with, you have a percentage of women in America, they don't want to hear traditional norms or traditional respect. They chided her. You got women that try to lead other women to doing the right thing from a traditional standpoint, but they don't even want to hear them. So it's not so much communication per se, that's part of it, but it's an active listening. You can hear, but are you listening to what men are saying? We live in a matriarchal culture. That's why we have these kind of conversations. But in other conversations, if the woman is getting married to that man, she understands that man brings some value to the relationship. And as Hank is saying, you can't go into a relationship. I understand, like, we ain't signed. He's looking for more pragmatic. But you can't go into relationships with that kind of mindset. If you're serious about it, then you're going to take all the proper parameters and safeguards to make sure that relationship is going to be sustainable for the long haul. Meaning you're basing it on spirituality and faith, meaning you understand how to be and play your position in that relationship. But that's why so many men are saying many modern women are not wife ready or wife worthy, because they don't understand their position. They want to come in it with a position of power instead of understanding that their husband is the power broker. And if he's a righteous man, he's going to lead you and guide you in the right direction. So therefore, men, they look for women from countries where the women have been trained in traditional cultures or patriarchal cultures, where they understand and respect and embrace masculinity and masculine authority.
And you know what? Security Boss did say that one day.
Oh, she's in the comments right now.
She's in the comments right now. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, wait, that's a doorbell. I see Security Boss. There she go. Hey, Security Boss says, wow, prepare for your divorce. I didn't really want you anyway. Wow. Now,
the lifespan of a black marriage is 5 years. The lifespan of a black marriage is 5 years. Can we not recognize that?
Right, but okay, when I was saying this, okay, now
I just want to say something, then I'm gone. So
okay.
No,
so
Bernard,
no, I gotta go because
don't leave me.
we're running in a hamster wheel right now. It's wasting my time. And anything that's lost, anything lost can be found, but time wasted can be found again. I'm wasting my time right now.
Talk to him.
Here's the thing. If you want to be married, get married. Number one. Number two, things change. Because as soon as I said that my wife already had this house after 22 years, guess what? The job said bye-bye to her, even though you had 8 years before you had years of service.
Right.
The table flips. See, nobody up here is talking about what could happen and what's going to happen. All of our asses are getting older.
That's why you here, Bernard.
All of our asses are getting older. Stop playing with this talk y'all talk.
Bullshit.
Somebody's going to happen. Something's going to happen. We see it with our grandparents, or some of us are dealing with our parents as we speak.
Exactly.
You think you're not next?
Yeah.
Stop thinking that we're gonna keep making money like this and everything gonna be the same. It's not. Wake up. It's not. This is reality. I don't give a damn who you're married to. This is reality of you getting old.
Come on, but no what?
40. When you hit 40, some shit gonna hurt on you that you didn't know hurt before. People like, wait a minute, what?
Preach. Preach.
And I work out. I'm a vegan. I'm still hurting. So yo, we gotta
tell
get
me
into
about
this
it.
reality
Go.
stuff. We gotta get into this reality stuff. And you have a therapist on the panel. You got kosher clinician right here for anybody that need it, man or woman. But what's reality is, and I'm sure he can attest to this, he's had a lot of therapy sessions to where this is happening. Nobody playing for the unexpected. Any of us can get in an accident and be paralyzed tomorrow. Right. Now what? Now what? Now nobody up here is talking about that. We talking about jibby jabber. We're not talking about nothing.
Yeah,
you're not talking about nothing. You're not talking about no chicken, no collard greens, no meat in this situation. All we're talking about is nothing burgers.
Thank you.
And you know what, Bernard? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this too, Bernard. I'm familiar with a couple, and you froze in the right position, Doc. But I was privy to, now it wasn't none of my business, but I was nosy as hell. But privy to a man that his wife went to a doctor. She wasn't feeling well, right? And as she wasn't feeling well, they told her she had a disease of what was it? It was something very aggressive, right? And so they told her that they went ahead and put her on hospice after about a couple of weeks, right? After she passed away, the husband, she had her own money, he had his. He didn't even know how to get into her accounts. He didn't know how to get into her life insurance. He didn't know how to, nothing, bro, nothing. He didn't have passwords. He didn't have, like, all her stuff was just
That happened to my wife's aunt.
Just stuck.
Who traded every day.
Yeah.
He luckily paid off the house because he was a millionaire. She pretty much didn't even know it.
Man.
They're still finding money in stocks a year and a half later.
Man.
She had no passwords. She asked me, I said, you need to go get a lawyer and you need to go get a hacker. I said, those are two people you need right now, and you need to wait for the rest of the mail to come. So, number two, when you get married, you need to know what's going on. Let's go even deeper. A wheel is a payphone. A trust is a smartphone. You can do more things with it.
Come on.
I'm gonna say it again. A wheel is a payphone. A trust is a smartphone. You can do multiple things with it. Don't be talking about, oh, I'm gonna get married, and then you don't know what the hell's going on with your own spouse. You're looking crazy right now. And for instance, I've seen also a situation. Young lady had a house, married the man, they got a house together. Now they're trying to get a divorce. Guess what? The house that she had before that's still in her name, it can still go to him because they're married now. Check your laws in your states. Don't come in this game playing. We are grown here. We are not grown infants. We are grown here. So we need to act like that. And just like every man, everything that every man said up here and every woman said up here, I respect. I totally respect. But we got to stop running in this hamster wheel because all we doing is doing this and we ain't going nowhere.
Wasting damn
time. Have to. Either you want to be married or you don't.
Or you don't.
I'm gonna end it like this. I want Jedi Mike to repeat what some people might didn't hear, and Kosher Clinician is gonna probably start laughing. How many did you say of your white counterparts at your graduation are already planning to get married after graduation?
I've been to two weddings.
Hold on, Jedi. Ask that again. Ask it again, Doc.
How many did you say the white counterparts already, upon graduation, are already getting married?
Yep.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I've gone to 2 weddings, and I have 3 more to go.
Yep.
Oh, Kosher Clinician, do I need to say anything?
Yeah, I saw it in grad
that's
school.
a different culture.
Graduation,
It's a different,
graduation.
right. It's a different culture, but it's a different value. Bernard, it's the value system, as I said earlier, and also it's the socialization. But see, when you value career over family, marriage, and community, then those are the manifestations of the fruits that you get in the long run. And see, I'm not against a woman if she value her career. Fine, do you? But just don't complain about the aftermath when you're later in life and you're complaining and say, where are the good men? Because a lot of those women that were on that panel with Vivica Fox or whatever that was that Black Man Unfiltered talked about, they put their careers first. Vivica Fox even said she regret not having kids earlier. So you can't complain. You had your fun. You had your day in the sun. Now the sun's about to set, and now you're about to suffer the recompense of your error because you chose those things that are going to pass away over something that's more sustainable, which is family, and legacy. So it's a choice, and I'm not mad at the choices. If you want to do you. Don't bother me at all, but just don't complain about the results. When you sing that song by Patti LaBelle, I'm on my own. Just don't complain about the results.
I'm on my own. Hey, you know what, Kosher?
Michael McDonald.
Did you? Oh yeah, man, Mike, come on. Oh, listen, Kosher. You know, I saw an interview. We talked about this the other night. I think it was. I think I talked about it on Security Boss. Diane Carroll did an interview. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Before she passed away, and she talked about how she played games and how she didn't get married and how she's gonna die and no husband, no children at her feet, no grandchildren at her feet, and she's gonna die alone. And she regretted that.
She regretted it. Right.
And she died right after that interview.
Right. My sister, man, passed away back in February. You know, she didn't have. I mean, she had a $500,000 home, had a Range Rover, Land Rover, a car, probably $80,000 vehicle, but. You know, when she was on her way to the grave, none of that stuff mattered, man. Mm-hmm. You know, but like I said, in other cultures they respect and honor their men. In our culture, we see our men as accessories or there's elements after the fact. And so a masculine man is not going to tolerate disrespect. Masculine men are saying this: if you're going to be my wife, and you think I'm a righteous man, and you think I'm a man that's worthy to lead you, then you're going to come in under my masculine umbrella, and either you're going to follow the program, or like my man Hink said, you can take your ass on. It's literally that simple. It ain't nothing personal, but you just take your ass on. Because see, at the end of the day, like I said, when I traveled abroad, I was in Brazil. Black men are honored and respected abroad. Black men have a lot of sex appeal. But what those women love about Black American men of Caribbean accent, or men in those other countries, I'm not saying this right, but they don't tolerate what we tolerate. You get disrespectful with men in those countries, you can lose your life, or they'll get physically aggressive, which I saw it myself firsthand when I was in Brazil. So I'm saying a lot of our women don't understand what they have in American black men. Black men are some of the most egalitarian men in the world. We tolerate more, but we don't operate under true masculine authority because, we were raised in conditions where we never saw our fathers be masculine. And our mother, some of the mothers, many times, they fought the admonition of what the men were trying to say. So if a woman want to be under a masculine umbrella, a man that's a go-getter, that's going places, if she think he's a worthy man, then get under that man's covering. But if not, just stay single and complain because the inflation is going up, the world is getting worse, and either you're gonna fall in line or you're gonna be left behind. It's literally that simple, man. Fall in line and get left behind. It's that
and
simple.
the gas prices are some people's credit scores right now.
Damn.
I just want to add one more thing as we move on, but before we move on to that was a great point that the clinician brought up. But as a well-traveled woman myself, the greatest places that I've ever been, the most respected, was outside of the place that I was born here in the United States of America. I have traveled extensively throughout Europe, Asia. I have traveled extensively throughout everywhere I have traveled. So I like my family, where we're originally from in Cleveland, Ohio, people have me scared, like, oh, they're gonna treat you, they're gonna do this to you, they're gonna do this to you. No, I was revered as the queen that the amount of respect and love that was given to me, it's going to be a blessing when, my daughter is able to graduate and I can buy more abroad because of the amount of respect that we have abroad. So I think it speaks to maybe we just take one another for granted here, and other people are able to see the blessing in us instead of us seeing it in one another. I think that's what I really want us to wait with.
That's a very valid point. I keep forgetting your name.
Chastity.
Chastity. That's a valid point. It's based on chastity. If you're more in more European countries, they're more progressive. But the countries like the Caribbeans, the African countries, Asian countries, they tend to be more traditional patriarchy. So you're correct. And progressive European countries, they're more egalitarian. But traditional masculine men, because see, look, this is what I think. Some women say they want those kind of relationships where they call their man partner, but many times they don't really respect them. They'll tolerate them, but over time they get bored with them because they're constantly deferring power. But I think true feminine women are actually attracted to true masculine men. If you're a truly feminine woman, then you want a masculine man. And trust in what I believe, Chastity. I don't believe in abuse of power. I don't believe just because you're a man, you abuse power or whatever. But it's too many of our women, they don't know what a true traditional relationship look like. Now, if you don't believe in traditional relationships, if they're more complementary, where they're more, how can I say it, more contemporary or more quote unquote modern progressive, then get with men that are more modern progressive. But if the women that want traditional old school brothers, then those are the kind of men that those women need to get with, and those men are looking for women like that. Men tend to be more traditional in relationships, especially the Asian, the Africans, the Caribbean men. They tend to be more traditional, and it's just a matter of choice at the end of the day.
Man, so man, y'all dropping some dimes tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. So we do have some super chats here I wanted to recognize here and thank them for. The first one is going to be Mr. Paul Bennett. He said, super chat thanks to Bernard. All right, so so appreciate you for that, Paul Bennett. We also have Tam with a $4.99 super chat here. She said estate planning, death taxes, inherit, IRAs, tax-free, tax-deferred, and so forth. All right, and then we have Casey. I'll just say Casey. I want to mispronounce your name. He said men do not benefit from getting married. All right. Then I also had let's see here. Where is it at? I had a doorbell moment here. Somebody put something in there that was worth talking about, and it wasn't even a super chat. Okay, here it is. So Dorian had this one. She said that black men make the world go round. Thank you, Sugar. We appreciate you. Black men appreciate you. From everywhere. Now, guys, I want to show you this, and then we'll be done for tonight. But I do want to show you one more thing, and we'll be out of here. So let me put this in there for you real quick. Let's see, where is it at? Blah blah blah. Here it is. All right, and then we'll discuss it out. So if this is a second one. Do you think that what he's about to say? Do you think this has anything to do with men going into other races, or are we agreeing with Kosher Clinician when he says it's more about the peace part of it? More about the relationship is more about how they were raised. So let's hear him on 1 second. This is comedian TK Kirkland talking about our community.
And see, here's the thing, and that type of behavior goes way back to the feminist movement, right? Back then, when they was talking about social black awareness, they came up with the feminist movement. Being independent, we don't need a man, we'll do everything ourselves. And the black women hopped on board with this and marched up this mountain with these white women. But guess what? To this day, you never hear no nationality, no white woman say, I don't need a man. You don't hear no Chinese woman say, I don't need a man. You hear no other nationality say, I don't need a man, but the black community. The black community said, black women say, I don't need a man. I could do it by myself. And this is the type of behavior we have. Now you have women who act like men and talk back to men that never saw. So what the government started years ago is truly has its effect. And the moral conscience, the common sense of America has declined. Because I read some of your things, and it's
So what do you guys think? We'll start with you, Kosher.
Right. I think it's true, Black Man Unfiltered. Once again, listen, many people come into relationships on the condition called vicarious trauma when they live under the conditions of what they saw their mothers go through. So they already come in with a defense, a wall up. They don't allow themselves to fall under the umbrella of the covering of their husband because one, they were ruminating and listening to what mom said about dad. And, dad probably was a bad boy, something that made her tingle in her younger days. And so they tend to overgeneralize or generalize all black men as those type of men. And so when women are ruminating due to vicarious trauma, then they tend to have thinking errors. And those thinking errors reduce their ability to be in healthy and cogent relationships. So what the brother's saying is trauma that's being transferred through history. But watch this. It's not always trauma, Black Man Unfiltered. A lot of it is rebellion. It's just rebellion. It's something been going on since the beginning of time. The jousting of power between the man and the woman, where the woman wants to be in power and she wants to be in control, and she does not want to relinquish that control because Frederick Douglass said it better than me. He said that power never conceded to anything without a struggle. It never have and it never will. And so what men are saying now, look, I don't have time to keep fighting. I'm getting older, and if you're down with the plan, fine. If not, we're gonna keep it moving. And so that brother, what he said, it made a lot of sense. It's negative socialization, and also it's negative conditioning. But I don't see it changing Black Man Unfiltered in this lifetime. I'm not against those that are trying to parade and bring marriage-minded women and marriage-minded men together that are traditional. But in general, it's done because when you got women shaming other traditional women, calling them pygmies, mamming, and all that goofy stuff, it just lets me know, man, that the majority is not ready for change. And it's okay.
Right. And so did you want to go ahead and get some final words about everything tonight? Because I'm going to let everybody discuss the video, then get their final words. So go ahead.
Well, the final words, man, listen, like my man Hink said, men are the prize catchers. That's a term that I create. Men are the prize catchers. They determine who's wife worthy and wife ready. And if a woman want to be with a viable man, if she want to be with a man that's going to be loving and honor, and he knows his position in the relationship, she's going to be well taken care of. I'm not talking about reckless men. I'm not talking about men that don't know how to lead. I'm talking about good men with good hearts. And because I am from Gen X, I'm a little different. But I thought the show was a good conversation, man. Excellent conversation. I thought there were many salient points that were more or less touched. But in the end of the day, men need to stand strong in power, stand strong in their masculinity, and find a woman that's willing to follow your program. If she's not willing to follow it, don't argue with her. Don't get mad at her. Just bid her adieu and just keep it moving, man, at the end of the day, because the world is yours, man. The world is yours.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, man, for coming on tonight. Hey, you've been a blessed to the platform tonight, man. Thank you for this. Is your first time being on, man. Please don't let it be your last.
No doubt, brother.
I appreciate everything that you do on your channel, man. So thank you again, man. I would love to have you back, brother.
Respect, bro. Respect, no doubt.
All right. Good night, brother. All right. So let's go ahead and bring up Shoo, your comments on the video and then your final thoughts.
Yeah. First of all, I love TK Kirkland.
I do too.
I've heard it before. I think a lot of it is conditioning, with a lot of what they were taught in their upbringing, and some of it has been validated through the male examples that they've seen. Somewhere it's been validated. I'm not saying that it's true from the perspective of all men are like that, but somewhere it's been validated in their experiences through life. So, I mean, how to change it? I mean, I don't really have an answer for that. I don't agree with the "we don't need a man" mantra, because companionship is a basic human need. But a lot of that whole ideology is just it's a concept that has been taught to them, and how do we unteach it? I don't know. So.
All right. Well, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and get, let's see here, my guy that dropped. Listen, man, this guy every week, it's like this, man. I just want to say this nigga, every week he always dropping some dimes. I'm telling you that now tonight he dropped enough dimes to put a down payment on a Bentley. Let me go ahead and bring him up, man. Come on in, Bernard. Man, give me what you think about the video, and then go into your final thoughts, my guy.
The video, I had seen it before too. It's a great video. And he's right about a lot of things he said, but I think I've seen the problem from my sister Genesis, and from other sisters, and from other brothers to sisters. We keep preaching to the choir. You're not preaching to the ones that need to hear it. That's one issue. The video was very good. And the other thing is, because I write every day, and one of the things I'm looking at now, another thing is that when we talk and try to communicate, like my sister Chastity said, the problem is we're psychologically driving with no destination. Let's say it again so some people can get it. You're psychologically driving with no destination. When I start a conversation with any of you people, any of my brothers or sisters on this panel in the chat, I need to know where my destination is going to be. Not talk just to be talking. We're too old for that. We're grown. We're not grown infants. And I love everybody up here, just like you and my brother or sister, because that's just how I roll.
Absolutely.
80s baby, you know what I'm saying?
Same here, boy.
I don't expect that back from everybody, but that's just how I am because I want to see all us grow. I want to see all us go forward. Because like I said before, it's only two mindsets. There's a set mindset and there's a growth mindset, a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Which one you gonna be in? Because I can tell you right now, everybody on this panel, I know everybody on this panel wants a growth mindset. We want to go forward. If we didn't, we wouldn't be on the panel. We wouldn't be having this conversation. So everybody needs to get on board. And look, I know that a lot of us are afraid of the truth, but we got to face it, whether it's Formula 44D or what, right? So I just want everybody to be the best you can be. And like I said before, and I say it again, you might as well just be you because everybody else is already taken. I'm Bernard S.
Appreciate you, boy. Hey, listen, next week, man, I need to buy another property. So come back next week and drop some more dimes so I can get that money, Doc. All right. So let's go on and bring the Book of Genesis. It's in the building. The Book of Genesis. Tell us what you think about the video and then give us your final thoughts, sweetheart. And thank you for being here tonight. I know that you are in your car, so thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to think about the video because I actually attended one of TK Kirkland's shows and was a part of the show because I happened to be sitting in the front row. And during his show, he spoke about black men and saying that when black men are cohabitating with black women and they're not married to them, that they tend to move into her home. And he had a whole skit that he did related to how black men are basically underachievers. But that's neither here nor there. So that's all I got to say about the video. I think I get a little frustrated when I'm a part of these panels because I think the narrative is being pushed to black women that if it's either we get on board with what black men want us to do, otherwise we get left behind, as if to suggest that black men are our only option. Yes, we want to be with black men, most of us. However, black men are not the only option that we have in terms of finding love, just as black women aren't the only options that you all have in terms of finding love. And it seems that the narrative is being pushed that, basically if a black woman wants to get married, then she has to settle for a black ass broke man or do struggle love. And then she's not validated if she's not a wife. And we are so much more than our titles. That's all I got.
All right. So you're getting a little bit of Genesis. All right. Now we got my girl. Come on now. Chastity's in the building. Come on. Now listen. Listen, before you die, do a flyby with Chastity's insurance. Let's go, Chastity. What's going on? Tell me what you think about the video and also give me your final thoughts.
Yeah, the video, I'm going to leave it where, Brother Bernard left it at. Is no point in us continuing the same rhetoric again and again, right? And just going back to what I originally said in the beginning, the people who came on here with a negative mindset, who you're stuck in one condition of thinking, that's how it's going to be. So, I'm very mindful of how and what words I choose to share. But I pray that who had a willing ear to actually hear, that you are able to see that long as we all have an open mind to listen to one another, grow from your own pain, and just grow, any relationship is actually valuable. We are way more valuable than we have considered ourselves to be. And I would just like to see us grow as a people. I'm gonna be honest, Black man, I really I don't know what rock I've been under, but and as many people and I go into so many homes and I speak to so many people, I didn't realize so many people were so angry and so negative. Like, this is like a really sad commentary. Like, I did not know. Like, the fact that we're like, it's people in our 40s, like still saying stuff and repeating stuff that 20-year-olds say. Like, in rap music that 20-year-olds listen to, they say they don't need a man. But I have not heard any other woman say that. Like, I have not. Like, and we understand who drives rap music. It's not people of color, right? We're just the faces of it, and it's just pushing our culture. But again, this is just I pray that we all get away from this mindset and we all decide to actually grow, because it's unhealthy, guys. It's really unhealthy. If we could take anything away from it, get you a passport, start traveling, start realizing you are valuable. You are valuable. People love you, black man, black woman. You are the original person that all of humanity came from. So we are valuable. We're all valuable people. And definitely, if you do not have insurance outside of your job, definitely I can help you out with that. The rest of y'all need.
Your mic went out.
Oh, that's
your
great.
mic went out.
That's
And I
great.
say it again. You do the book again. Do the book again because we couldn't hear you.
I'm like, that's great. And it's storming out here. So Dare to Dream Again. I don't know. My light is acting crazy.
There you go. Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
Yeah, so you can purchase that on any of my social medias. And it really does work on the mindset, guys, of, going from a negative mindset and just really seeing yourself the way God sees you and really going after those things. Because being a negative Nancy, your ass will never get anywhere. So I wish you all the absolute best. And thank you so much for this time.
Absolutely. Thank you too, man. I want you to just stay just for a little bit. Thank you. All right. So we're going to get We Ain't Signing up here next. We Ain't Signing because he got to go. Go ahead. We Ain't Signing and cook and give me the spoon. We Ain't Signing, you there? Okay. I think he had to go. Yeah. All right. So, hey, Hink, come on. Give me what you think about the video, man, and give me your final thoughts, my brother. You muted.
I think the video was some of the, like the man said, some of the things was spot on. So it is what it is. But I don't know what to say, man. Some of these mindsets of people, man, I just totally don't agree with. But it's good to have a conversation. That's what it's all about: communication and getting understanding their points of view. And it's always good to have those type things. But black men, protect yourself at all times. I'm going to say it till I can't say it no more. We have to. Because you got situations out here, man, it's not worth it. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. If you scared of being married, then live in that scarcity mindset. And you'll be forever lonely. Whether you're a man or woman. Good luck with the situation. But I'm going to move accordingly. And that right woman's going to be there, and she's going to be on me. And she's going to be part of my purpose and part of my goal and part of my vision, and she's gonna be well taken care of because I'm gonna bless her with my last name and everything else I have to offer. So, right on, brothers.
Absolutely. I'll see you in a little bit, bro. All right. So we're gonna get Mandrell in here. Mandrell, your thoughts on the video, and then give us your final thoughts for tonight, my brother.
Thoughts on the video he is spot on. The feminist movement. No other race of women took to it like black women. They drank the Kool-Aid, like that whole Jonestown deal or something, and most of those white women who are part of the feminist movement went on to get married.
Yep,
that's the part of the feminist movement they leave out. Most of those white women who started it went on to get married. And thoughts on it: if you want to get married, but just understand, you have to. Just because things get tight between the two of you doesn't mean you just bail. It's not really about happiness. It's about starting a family, building a legacy, creating a well-rounded human being, and preparing them for life as they get older. So that's my thing. Black women, lose the attitude if you got it. If that's your issue, lose the attitude. It's just gonna get you nowhere. Black men, clean your room, get all the skeletons out your closet, get your shit together, so that when you do approach a woman, you'll have something of value to offer. That's it.
All right, see you in a little bit, bro. Jedi Mike.
Yeah. Again, I think it was a good topic. I think it ended off on a good note, and might derailed it and everything like that. But it goes back again. Our culture. We've accepted this. Both of us have a part to play in this. Instead of going this ping pong game of accountability, and also deflection. By pointing the finger. I talk about on one of my streams today. Make sure you go subscribe to my channel. I talk about the concept of fear. A lot of us black men and black when we're scared from us actually making decisions that have high risk but also consequences, right? So when we're fearing of like allowing someone in our heart, allowing to make certain decisions that is actually are breaking patterns of behavior that's really dysfunctional. We're scared because we don't know what's the opposite end of that spectrum. And again, I one thing I encourage, a lot of black men and black women too, is to recognize the excuses. Recognize the excuses you make for yourself and staying in the position that you are in life. I'll just end off in that. But yeah.
All right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
See you in the back a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. Another great conversation. Listen, the motto of this channel is having the conversations nobody else wants to have. Right? And we have these conversations. Sometimes they will get uncomfortable. Sometimes you'll get frustrated. Sometimes we're going to get mad. Sometimes people in the chat will get upset and they will overboil themselves. They become overwhelming for people to have these conversations. And so be it. Sometimes, guys, sometimes we can't put everything in the microwave. Sometimes we got to put stuff back on the stove. And what I mean by that is we got to let this stuff sit and simmer and cook, because that's the best taste comes from recooking it instead of microwaving it, guys. And I want to have the conversations that nobody else wants to have. Right? And sometimes, like my brother Bernard said, sometimes that we go in a circle. But then the thing I like about these panels is that we go in a circle, but when we go in a circle, we got somebody else on the panel that opens a door in that circle where we come out of it. And he was that door tonight. When the circle was going, Bernard was that door. And so thank God for him for being here tonight. Thank him for sharing his wisdom with us on tonight. Thank We Ain't Signing for signing in from all the way from Shanghai, China. Thank Book of Genesis from the front seat of her car. Hank 75 coming in from his son's basketball practice. Chastity from a long day of selling insurance. Shushu from a long day's work. Jedi Mike, school, preparing himself for life. Thank him for being here. Mandrell, retired veteran, and he's coming in here giving his perspective, right? And then the kosher clinician, man, that is a busy guy. For him to stop in here tonight was amazing, and so I thank God for him as well. Now I do want to say again, we're going to continue to have the conversations that nobody else wants to have. And I know sometimes it's going to be bad. And I know I saw my girl in the chat saying, hey, listen, I saw the title list and didn't want to come in. And that's fine. It's your choice not to come in. But the reason is when you come in, I'm not here to bash you, right? I'm not going to bash you as a woman. I'm not going to bash you as a man, but we're going to have the conversation. And it may get tough. It will get tough. Right now, every law that you obey, every gun law you obey, every law that you obey to keep from going to jail, somebody had some type of discord making those laws. They had to have the conversation to make those laws. And so here, I just want to have the conversation. I want to create a platform for people to have the conversations, because the conversations that we're having right now, people are having at their dinner table, people are having in their cars, and men are arguing with their wives about it, right? There are men out there that are being put aside by their own kind. There are women that are being put aside by their own kind, and nobody's talking about it. So I want to make sure we have the conversation. And if it pulls us in the corner, we'll get in that corner. But at the end of the night, we'll come out together, and we may come out together better. So I thank you guys for coming tonight. If you want to support the platform, please hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time being here, hit the like button as well to help with the algorithms. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. If you were upset tonight and something offended you or triggered you, then let's look at what that trigger is dig deep down into that root and start to replant ourselves and put ourselves in a better light so we can be better. Because sometimes triggers are better to let out the bullets that don't mean nothing to us. We need those triggers. Sometimes there's things that's been in us for 20 years that may have came out tonight. And I'd rather you be pissed off than pissed on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna rewind it. I'd rather you be pissed off than pissed on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned something tonight. If you didn't, we'll see you guys again on Friday for Barbershop Talk. Barbershop Talk is going to be amazing too. We're going to have an amazing conversation with the fellas on Friday, and we're gonna Friday we're gonna address something that's big in the news right now, but not to stay on that subject. But we're going to address heartbreak. We're going to address men dating women who are not dating women for marriage, and the women that you're dating are not marriage material. They're not wife material. They don't want to be wives. And what I'm referring to right now is the Michael B. Jordan situation. Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. They were together, beautiful couple, right? I knew from the beginning it wouldn't last because she has too much more living to do. And you can see in the way she lives her life. And now the rumor is, and now the reports are that Michael B. Jordan wanted to be married, and she said she did not want to be married. And that's what caused the rift in the relationship. Well, we're going to talk on Friday and try to educate as many brothers as we can about choosing and vetting the right woman, that if you're dating her for marriage, she's ready for marriage. All right. Tomorrow night, guys, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have a sports show 101. And they'll be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. discussing the playoffs that will also come on tomorrow night as well. Then we have Mandrell and Shushu in the building. Mandrell and Shushu, if you don't know who that is, this is Shushu right here. This is let me get Mandrell back up here. He can turn his camera off. He's a little yellow. Oh, there he is. This is Mandrell. Mandrell and Shushu. We have Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shushu on tomorrow night at 8:30 Central Standard Time. They're going to bring you the heat. They're going to bring you the funk. And this brother and sister combo is like no other. So I think
we're going to have Nathan Daly on.
And Nathan Daly will be on the show. I was just about to get to that. Thank you so much, brother. Nathan Daly will be on the show with them on tomorrow. If you're familiar with Nathan Daly, retired police officer. So he's going to have a lot of questions, legal questions for you guys that a police officer can answer. So thank you, Shushu. Thank you, Mandrell. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 Central Standard Time. But again, guys, thank you guys for being here. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for having the conversation. Thank you for supporting the channel. Whatever you gave tonight, all the super chats, all the cash apps, just being here. Thank you guys so much. All right. And this has been Black Man Unfiltered, Talk That Talk Tuesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the 2 shows tomorrow on the network and on Friday. All right. And we are out of here. Peace.
Thank you.